What's up? What's up? What's up? Back again for the second half of the day. I had to cut my last stream a little bit short because due to poor planning, I started the stream knowing that I had a whole block of meetings, and I didn't start the stream at least 2.5 hours before then, like I usually do. And that's mostly because I didn't really realize what time those meetings started until midway through the stream. Anyway, for now, I'm mostly just hanging out. I don't have anything really planned. There are lots of things that I could and maybe should be doing. I have a video, maybe, that I could be editing. I have my, I'm going to rename it. Before, I used to call it my Excuse for Content project. Now I think I'm going to call it the Never Ending Project, and kind of like a play off of the movie that I watched as a kid and had nightmares about, that flying ass dog, that dragon dog. So yeah, I'm gonna call it the Never Ending Project because that's really the point. It's not supposed to end. It's just something to, as again, an excuse for content kind of thing. Let's get the lights a little bit brighter. One thing that's actually a bit challenging is getting exposure right here at my house. It's challenging for a few reasons, not just because of my skin tone, but it has a lot to do with the fact that during the day it gets incredibly bright outside, and cameras don't have as high of a dynamic range as you think. I think the dynamic range on this camera is 14 stops, if I'm not mistaken. It's 14 stops if you're using or shooting S-Log 3, which is what I'm doing, just so I can get that extra 1.5 stop of dynamic range, which is a stop is a doubling. So if you're coming from a computer science background, you can think of a stop as every increase of the exponent. So if you have 2 to the x, that x would be a stop. So if you have 2 to the 2, you would have 2 stops. So it's that. Just take the log. How about that? If you take the log of an exponent, a stop is that. That's how I've been thinking about it. But yeah, I guess what I'll go on ahead and do is switch over to my screen because while I wait, I gotta close some things right quick. Probably should have closed it before I started sharing my screen, but it's whatever. None of it is really that sensitive. I need to update this list. I realized that it's out of date, so I'm gonna update it. I gotta figure out what's out of, like, I've gotten some new equipment. I have the new Cal digit. Let's see if there's a Cal digit on here. Cal digit. Yeah. Here, I have the new one. Yes, I have the Cal digit Thunderbolt 4 dock now. So let me go ahead and do that. We'll get this list updated. That's one thing. I need to do taxes soon. Of course, I'm not going to do that on stream, but I definitely need to do taxes. Last year, I did it at the last minute. This year, I think I want to get it done before the end of February, if possible. Well, I know it's possible, but hopefully 2024 version of William will not procrastinate on his taxes like he did last year. Because if you do it, it means that, I don't know, it's just, I feel like I just did taxes. Wait, is it open? Oh, it's open already. Oh, I'm tripping. I am tripping. All right, let's go to Amazon right quick. Let's look for some things. So we'll say Cal Digit TS4. Yeah, it's this one. Literally says purchased. That's cool that it now tells me. It didn't used to. I've bought things on accident that I've already owned and didn't realize it, because sometimes I'll buy something and not actually open it or use it. It's weird. All right, so yeah, Thunderbolt 4 dock, and we'll update this URL Oh, this is back when I used to have codes. Do I still get codes? Let me see if I still get a code. Yeah, I'll see the thing I'm about to buy now, maybe. Not now. Yeah, okay, look at that. I don't have the ability to create a code anymore. Well then, I'm not going to send traffic to their site. I'll just take it off. We'll just do that. Two can play at that game, Amazon. I used to have affiliate status, and I don't anymore. I don't know why. I don't know how to get it back. I don't even feel like dealing with it right now. I don't even care anymore. That's where I'm at. Like, I'm done. I rarely purchase anything from Amazon anymore. Oops. Okay. We still have the A7S III. We still have the 4. I had the 5. I got rid of it. I've also gotten rid of this. This is no more. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to do a strike through for these types of things. Hopefully I can do a strike through. Maybe I can't do a... Can I not do a strike through with this? Okay. I'm gonna put this on here for my sake so that I don't forget that I had an A7 V. So I don't buy it again. I had an issue with it, and I'm choosing to wait until the Mark II version of the A7, or I'm sorry, the A1 comes out. I discovered the A1 when I was in Korea. I was just like, oh my gosh, I need this camera. But it came out, years ago, and I don't want to pay the price that they're asking for a 4 or 5 year old camera. I still have that. I still have this. I still have this. I still have that. I still have this. But I have a new lens. I have the FE 24 to 70 millimeter f 2.8G master lens. And I also got some more filters. So I have this, but I also have the gosh, what do you call it? Who is he? Fuck. He's a YouTuber. Philip Bloom. I have the Philip Bloom thing. And I bought it directly from wherever his let's see, his website is, so I'll link to that. It's really good. It's really good. I'm not using it on this camera. I really would like to use it on this camera. And actually I could, but I mean, I'm using the mist filter. Like what I have right now already has a mist filter built in. But I really do like how the Bloom Gold filter works. All right. Yeah, definitely want to make sure that we link to him to show support. And look at this. Check this out. You can kind of see what it's doing. So this is without the filter, and then this is with the filter. Look at this right here. This is what you want to pay attention to, the light bleed, that halation right there. And pay attention to her face. I'm gonna zoom in, but oh my gosh, wait, what just happened? Okay, yeah, if you pay attention to her face, you see that there's like all this detail and like, rough skin, here, nose and all that kind of stuff. Look at that. I hate that she changed the look, but you see all of that kind of stuff goes away. It softens all of those details. So, you can almost think of it as a filter to remove blemishes and all that other kind of crap. It doesn't actually do that, but, just putting that out there. All right, so we have the Bloom Gold. What else is new? I think I have the DJI Pocket 3. I definitely should put that in here. So we'll say DJI, let's see, what is it called? DJI Pocket 3. Osmo Pocket 3. All right, and I guess I won't link to it because there's no real need to. Then the accessories, I actually do got some of the accessories. And where is it at? It's the indies here. Yeah, right here. Osmo Pocket 3. Their branding is weird. So it's not all caps like I thought. Okay. So it's Osmo. I don't know what Osmo means. So we have Osmo Pocket 3, magnetic ND filters. Okay. I'm wondering if I want to. Do I have my drones? Oh, I do. Look at that. Well, I actually have a section for drones. I have a lot of drones. I have a new one. I have the Mini Mini 4 Pro. No, so we'll put that in here. Mini 4 Pro. And to like prove to y'all that I have this weird thing where I will buy something like and just not open it. It'll just be around. 1 second. This is what I mean. I bought this a while ago, a long time ago. It's still in the plastic. I haven't opened it. I've had things just for like a year and just so straight up not use it. Like I have a Japanese toaster. I'll show it in a bit. I'm not going to pull it over here, but I have a Japanese toaster. I bought mid last year. Haven't used it yet. When I bought my Breville, what do you call that thing? The Control Freak, the induction cooktop. I had it for like a year and a half before I opened it, before I finally opened it. So it's a weird thing. Even with cars, like I've actually bought a car and was like, yeah, I'll pick it up. And then I would get lazy and be like, yeah, I'll just wait. So I think when I got my GT3, when I bought the GT3, I was in Africa at the time. And then when I got back, I was tired. I'm like, man, screw this car. So I actually waited for a few weeks before I actually went to go pick it up. And this is for a very, very, very expensive car. And I'm just like, yeah. So, you know, a little weird in that way, but it works out for me. Here, I'll show y'all the toaster. Mitsubishi toaster. This thing right here. I have this toaster. I have not opened it. But part of that is also I need to buy something else. And I'm just like, I'll buy it eventually. Maybe. Probably not. Yeah. And I'll show the Breville Control Freak too. Breville Control Freak. This is the induction cooktop that I owned for a long time before I finally decided to open it, take it out the box. So yeah, here it is here. It's actually dope. When I actually started using it, I was like, man, like why the hell did I wait so long to like open this and start using it? But it's actually pretty dope. I love it. It's weird, but yeah, back to what I was doing. So I have my lights. Did I update this? Look at that. I didn't update my lighting. I've definitely updated lighting here. So a few things. I'm no longer using Elgato anything. I'm done with them. We're done with Elgato, all of them. I still use my Key Light Air because it's portable, but I don't use it at my desk. I'm not even going to strike it out because technically I still own it, so I'm not going to strike it out. But what I will do is put the new that I have. So I have the I don't even. Is it aperture Amaran? I think it's Amaran. I almost bought the 600D. I should have. I decided that I wanted color at the last minute, so I ended up buying the 300C. And you know what? I kind of regret it. Not that it's not a good light. It's an amazing light. It's actually an amazing light. What I regret is I should have got a brighter light. Aperture Amaran 300C. Wait a minute. 200X bicolor. I don't think I have a 200X. I think that's a 60X. Let me check. This should be a 60X. Interesting. Check that out. The search actually says the thing that it is. Okay, that's interesting. I don't understand. But yeah, I have this one. I have the 60X. We'll put up here. I'm going to remove the link to Amazon because I'm not getting anything for it anymore. Get out of here, and then we'll say Amaran 60X. All right, and then we have the aperture Amaran 300C. I don't even think we need this. We know that it's a light. It's in lights. Where's the 60X? They still have it. I'm sure they do. Is it 60XS? Yeah, okay. This is a terrible name, but we'll play along. Let's get rid of this link. I thought I've already done that, but apparently I didn't. There we are. So we have the COB 60XS. Okay. And then we have the 300C. And then I have you know what, I'm gonna remove aperture. Too many words. Oops. I need aperture there. All right, so Amaran, I think it's the MT something. I don't know. Lighting. My gosh, I just got hungry all of a sudden. Okay, it's here. But I also have this grid too. I'll probably put that in here as well. I don't see the little MT light. Do they not make it anymore? All right, let's see. MT. There we go. It's the MT Pro. Oh, okay. All right. I guess I should have known. So I have the MT Pro. And whatever the light modifier is for that, which I think I just saw. The grid. Yeah, here we are. 45-degree grid. 45. Shit, what's degree is it? No. Fuck, I don't know what degree is. Degree. Yo, what's up, Casual Economists? Yo, the morning stream was kind of whack, in my opinion. But, you know, I appreciate, you taking the time to watch it, I guess. Anything useful come of it? I don't even remember what I did, to be honest. I'm gonna be real. So we have 45-degree grid. And then I also have my new. I have the aperture. I went full scale this time. I have the aperture light dome 3. Like not even the mini, just the 3. So we're gonna get rid of this link. And we'll actually go to the actual product page. So light dome 3. Yeah, there we are. Dump that in here. Make sure that works. Yep, we're good. I probably should also add that grid that we were just looking at that I didn't do. All right. All right, I'm gonna call this Amaran, even though it's not in the product name. Yeah, oh, I thought it was like 10, 15 minutes. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long. Oh, you know what? I don't have the Amaran, whatever. I have the aperture, I think. Maybe. Probably not. Let's see. It's definitely not a pixel tube. Let's go to, I think it is aperture because I had the other one, the square version of it. Yeah, I had the MC. I want to get the new MC. It's brighter, double the brightness. And it seems like it's built, like, you know, they thought about it a little bit better. Here we are. So yeah, I don't have the Amaran. I thought I did. I could just look on the light. It's literally right there, but that would make too much sense. I don't want to do that. I'll instead just bring the lights over here. So it's MT Pro is what I have. So let's look for that MT Pro. Here we are. Yeah, that's not Amaran. That's aperture. I don't like how they have split their branding. It's confusing. Before it was just all aperture, and then when they did their their like creator stuff, they put it under another brand, and I'm just like, why would you do that? Aperture has a really good brand. So we have the 300C. All right, dump that here. And we'll put that 60X in there as well. Okay. I got some new stands too, but I don't think do I talk about furniture at all in here? I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't actually look at this ever. Nope. Or do I? No, I do put furniture. But I don't know. Y'all don't need to know what stands and stuff I have for these lights. It don't really matter that much. Although they are some dope ass stands. Like this light stand that I have right here, it is amazing. It's on wheels. It's got damped like adjusting things or whatever. I think it's completely stainless steel. Or it may be aluminum, I don't know. It's heavy. That's for sure. It's really heavy. All right, what else do I need to do? Well, what I will say is soon I may have to put a new category because I don't think I talk about computers here. Yeah, I don't talk about computers. It's just my setup. So I guess what I'll end up doing is adding to my setup. And I'm not going to do it now, but it's a big one. It's a good one. The other thing, actually the Stream Deck. Is this the one that I have? Did I already update it? Because I had the Stream Deck Mini last time. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, what's the one that I have? The big one. XL, I think. Elgato Stream Deck XL. It's probably what it is. What's crazy is that I have sound panels. I don't even use them. I have a green screen. I don't even use it. And do I have my encoders here? I don't know. Oh, wait, plus? No, it's not plus. It's XL. It is XL. All right, yeah. So this is the one that I recently got. So we're gonna mark this through because I no longer use it. And now we have the Elgato Stream Deck. And when I say now, I mean like I bought it a while ago. I just haven't updated this. I realized it was out of date when I did my meeting. Somebody was asking something and I was like, oh yeah, just go look at here. I have all my crap. And then the thing that they were asking about wasn't on there. And I was like, oh, I probably should update this at some point in time. All right, yeah, we're good there. So I think this should be, or is it? Do I have the Ninja on here? Let's see, Ninja. Oh no, I don't. Okay, look at that. I don't have the Ninja on here. Hmm. I don't know where I want to put that. I'm gonna just put it here though. We'll put the Atomos Ninja 5 Plus. I think it's the one that I have. Not Ninja. It's Ninja. It's Ninja. I said Ninja. All right, there we are. Let's do Atomos Ninja 5 Plus. I don't even know if they still make it because they have this new one. It's fucked up that they released this new one literally 3 months after I finally broke down. It's like, okay, I guess they're not going to update this thing anytime soon. But yeah, I heard that the startup time is still just as slow. That's what I was hoping for because I always knew that the Ninjas had slow ass startup times. And yeah, I can't find it, so people just have to go look for it. It's online. What else is on here? Anything relevant? No, I guess not. So yeah, this is now up to date, I think, or as up to date as I'm gonna get it. I don't really, it's not that important to me. I know software, it's definitely not up to date with the software. I forgot to tell people I'm streaming. Let me tell folks that I'm actually online. All right, cool. We're done with this, whatever that is. This too. That all of it. We're done with all of it. I'm just closing everything. I don't care. Let's open up Final Cut Pro. And while I do that, we'll also open up Finder because actually, nah. I think I can just open up Final Cut Pro because I've imported all of my footage already. So I got to figure out what footage I'm gonna take for this new video for this upcoming week. I don't know if I've shared this with you all, but I am trying to hit how many videos? I'm trying to hit 50 videos for the year. All right, so for some reason, what the hell is this? Why did it open up this? It's weird. Okay, Hermes content. All right, and then one of these should say something one signal. Yeah, here we are. All right, so we have Tahoe, but we also have another version of Tahoe. So this is offsite. I shouldn't have named it this, but whatever. We'll create a new project. And then we'll call this offsite second half a day. We'll just call it offsite scenery. How about that? Offsite scenery. Yes, I have like all of this stuff. And I don't think this was in, this is where I ended. Yeah, this is where I ended my video. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh wait, maybe I should probably join my meeting that I just started. Where's Zoom? Oh gosh, what's going on? Oh, okay, I'm tripping. All right, let me sign into Zoom. For some reason, Zoom, it always switches the window that it's on. All right, so no, 50 videos. Like my live streams, they go into video on demand automatically, but I'm saying I'm making 50 videos, meaning I had to hop into Final Cut Pro and actually edit something 50 times this year. So that's the goal. I have another goal for streaming. I need 400 stream hours for streaming. So if you want to go from like a content, like just how much content in general, it's going to be however many streams it takes to get to 400 hours of streaming and 50 videos. So last year I did 345 or so stream hours, and that was good for almost 200 streams. So let's say, I'm doing 400. What the hell? I don't understand why Spotlight is opening in weird ass places. So 400, and let's say that, I'm going to do this for 50 weeks. I'm for a 2-week vacation. So that means I need to average eight hours a week. Right. Whereas last year, for that 345, and I'm gonna just do the same by 50. So it's a minor increase from 6.9 hours to 8 hours. It's a doable goal because half the year I didn't even stream last year. I took like 3 or 4 months away from streaming while I was traveling and doing other stuff. All right, let's turn off this music. We don't need it. It's distracting now. And we'll turn up this volume. I'm not going to turn it up too loud because it shouldn't be too loud for you all. And let's just dump it. Oh, shit. Let's dump it on the timeline. See what happens. Either. Just not Bill. Some people like to add letters to you. I just now realized that I am missing footage. And what that means, oh my gosh, this is probably going to be in my review when I finally do the DJI review. But one of the things that I absolutely hate is the lack of a visible tally light. You do get a very, very, very tiny tally light. It's like a little LED. It's kind of in sunk. It's not very bright. And I've come back home several times and realized that what I wasn't recording. In fact, that video that I did with the GT3, there was actually meant to be a whole video. It just so happens that it wasn't recording. Oh my gosh. So from here to like in between here, there are actually 2 clips that I remember pressing the button, but obviously I didn't press the button because it's not here, which sucks. To come back home, like all this way, I'm not going back there. It's too far. I'm not doing it. But fuck. Yeah, that sucks. Just not Bill. Some people like that. Or you know what? I'm not convinced. Maybe it's just not sorted properly. Let's see. Let's hope that it's just not sorted properly. I refuse to accept that I don't have Lake Tahoe. God damn, that was literally the shot of Lake Tahoe. Yeah, fuck. Dang, that sucks. This sucks. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what to do now. I don't even know what to say. I have photos of it. I at least have that. Let me see if let's see if like I at least have iPhone footage. That's good enough. Or it's not good enough, but it's better than nothing. No. So this is Lake Tahoe. You can see that, like those clouds. That's Lake Tahoe. The clouds are over it. I shot a video from the top that I'm not seeing right now. Oh man, this isn't great. This is kind of dope though. If you follow me on Instagram, you already saw this. This dude's skiing. And I do know that it may not look right to people who are watching this on stream. That's because this is HDR footage. It's Dolby Vision. So it's not going to show through. It's not going to look the same for you as it does for me. It looks amazing for me. All right. Yeah, look at that. So I managed to not get the shot. Oh, fuck. I don't even know what to do anymore. Streamed like I streamed a lot when I went to TLA. Actually, I didn't increase it at all. Here, I'll show you. I mean, so unfortunately, I can't show you my Twitch. I used to stream primarily on Twitch. It wasn't until last year at around the same time. It was like a week ago, the same month last year, where I said that I was going to start focusing on YouTube and primarily, looking over YouTube. But yeah, I used to stream almost every day. Let me find. I can't show you the Twitch stuff because they go away. But at least with here, I can show you. So you can kind of see here, there's 202 right now. It'll load, I promise. Maybe not. I lost internet connection last stream. Yesterday, last night, or whenever that night it was. That's why it ended abruptly. I wonder if I'm still streaming right now. Anytime my internet stops, like anytime stuff gets slow, now I get worried that things aren't working as they should be working. God dang, this is too much effort. Why isn't there just like a go to last page option? Yeah, here you are. So my first stream to YouTube, and this isn't like not saying that like I was actually streaming to YouTube. My first stream to YouTube was in May. Yeah, May 11th. I had been streaming to Twitch for about 6 months to 9 months before that. And yeah, I did grow. I went from 0 to wherever I am now, which is, I'm not that high, but the discovery on Twitch, just like it just wasn't there. And what was impressive to me is that even though I get less engagement on YouTube, I get more views. At least I get discoverability. Like I can post a stream and not post, I can finish the stream and then they're still there. Whereas on Twitch, I was paying monthly to keep my streams on their platform for up to 3 months or something like that, or 6 months. I forget what the time period was. Whereas on YouTube, it's just like I stream and it's just here. And there are some negatives that I don't like about YouTube. For instance, I can't play the music that I used to play. I used to play actual music that I listen to, that I enjoy on my stream. It used to be a whole thing. It used to be dope. Now it's kind of whack because I have to use this BS music. And even then, I still get copyrighted on every freaking thing, even though I have a license to use the music that I'm using. It's just I don't get paid, so I don't care that much. But generally, you see here, almost without fail, I get copywritten or copyright restricted or whatever the word is. All right, so this sucks. I don't have the footage that I thought I had, and rather than just not finish, I'll finish. It's just now we won't have Lake Tahoe, which is the whole fucking point. Like it's the whole point. You can see it behind me. You can see it behind me right there as I'm walking. And the fact that I'm over here talking to someone, that tells you that I thought I was recording the whole time. I'm kind of tempted to grab my camera and see if I at least took a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll be back. Oh yeah, you found me from TLA. My schedule. I don't have a schedule, bro. I wish. I know that if I had a schedule, I could grow my stream a lot faster. It's just that I can't have a schedule because I won't do it. I can only do it when I feel like it. Otherwise, I just won't do it because I don't get paid to do this. So it's just like, yeah, I don't need it in a sense. And in fact, it's cost me money to do this. You can't stream for free. you need internet, you need a computer capable of streaming, or two, if you don't have one capable of streaming, you need, oh wait, what is this? Oh, you need a camera, you need mic, you need, well, you probably don't need, like, I mean, you don't really need lights, but it will help if you have lights. And yeah, fortunately, all of the gear that I have is not for streaming. It was for photography and the video, like where I'm just walking around the videos that I do. It wasn't meant for this. So that's the only way that I'm able to justify, the streaming thing, because I already have the equipment. If I did not have any of this stuff, there is no way in hell I would have spent, because I mean, hell, I have like $40,000 worth of gear. There's no way in hell I would invest $40,000 into a setup for streaming, knowing what I know now, which is there's zero money in it. Even if I start making money, let's say that, next year or maybe later this year, if I get monetized and I'm able to get like super chats or subscriptions or whatever, memberships, that kind of thing, even if that happens, let's say I'm getting $500 a month, still not a good investment from a purely, analytical. It's not a good investment. Even if I were making $100,000 a year doing it, it would still not be a good investment, because the amount of hours that you need to do to get that is insane. It basically becomes a full-time job. The only way that I can justify doing this is if streaming somehow starts to pay me $500,000 a year which is, then I can walk away from my other income and I can focus on this. Videos, it may be a way to get there, but even then, videos I don't really see, because let's say that I'm able to get to a point where I'm making $500 per video from AdSense. That's not that much money, especially with my schedule. Like, that's 50 weeks. That's 5 times 500. That's $25,000. That's not that much money, for all the effort it takes, right? So let's say, for instance, this video, and I'm not saying this is a good video, but let's say that, I decided to invest time, effort, energy, money, all of the above, to go to Lake Tahoe for a week. I have to fly there. I have to get transportation from San Francisco to Tahoe. I have to have lodging. I'll still have to have the camera and all the equipment. I have to take time out of doing something that I would actually enjoy, which is walking around. That's generally all I do. Walk around, hiking. You can call it that. I hike. It takes away time from doing things that I would actually want to do, so that I can record footage, so that I can then spend 8 to 15 to 20 hours editing said footage, so I can get a few views. Economics don't make sense to me. If I wasn't in the position that I'm in, where I, like I already have very, very, like I'm well established. If I weren't well established and, I needed something and I was looking for like a job, and jobs are only paying whatever they pay, all right, maybe it's worth it. But it's a little harder to do this kind of stuff when you're doing something else. But I do understand that it takes about 2 or 3 years to actually start building up a following here on YouTube. And I've done it before. That's the thing that I don't think a lot of you know. I used to do YouTube for real. I used to get paid. I used to be monetized. I started YouTube in 2006. I have videos with hundreds of thousands of views. You won't see them because I've taken them all down. I'll kind of hint at it. I'm not going to show anything. I can't actually play it because of legal reasons, but I can show it, I think. Content. So here's videos. We'll just say 50. And then here you'll start to see that as we go back, there's, well, where is that? We're not going to go back to all of these. Let's go back to 10. We don't want to go back to all of these. They'll start to grow a little bit bigger. Or even, are they even still here? I don't even know. I'm actually not seeing, I don't know. I don't see all of my videos, actually. Interesting. It's only showing 63 videos, so maybe I actually did delete them. This has been years ago, I stopped doing YouTube in earnest in 2009. And I may have started deleting videos around 2011. I don't know. But I had close to 150 videos by the time I ended up stopping. I actually used my YouTube money to help pay for school. That's how that's how I ended up coming out of school only $80,000 in debt instead of $190,000 in debt. It's that I was using my YouTube money. Let's see here. Sucks copyright programming stream. Really, some programming streams really need some background noise. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It's it's just noise. It's not like I don't know. I don't know. You know, there's a certain group of people that owns the distribution rights of music, and they own the distribution rights to music that they did not create. They have no talent. We know who they are, but we can't say them. You know who they are. We can't say who they are. Like, same people who are doing the YouTube stuff, same people who do all the other things. Like, it's a whole racket. So I can't play music even though I'm not making money. That's the thing that sucks. Because when YouTube first came out, you used to be able to put regular ass music in your videos and it wouldn't make a difference because you weren't getting paid to do it. Now, when YouTube became very commercialized and everybody's on it and there, people discover there's a lot of money to be made, then all of a sudden now it's like, nah, you can't put certain music in there if you're getting paid. And now it's like you can't put music in there at all, which kind of sucks. I mean, you can. Obviously, I'm getting a copyright restriction, but if you get too many of these things, like it can affect your channel. Like, look at this. I have a community guidelines, right? For what? Who knows? They won't tell me. I appealed it last year. Oh, longer than a year. Look at that. December 8th, 2022. I appealed it. They're like, oh, yeah, we looked back into it and now you did what you did. It's like, well, what did I do? Because they were saying that I was spamming or whatever. I'm just like, I'm spamming the one person who's watching. And then it was, it's like spam or scam. And I'm like, what is the scam? Is it that you see a nigga coding? Is that it? Is that it? I think that's what it was. Because like, what else could it be? Because it was actually me just coding session. Look at this. Watch me build post supply and sometimes answer your questions. How is that a scam? Unless they're trying to imply that someone like myself can be a software engineer and code something or build something. But, this is the virtue signal company we have. And I even followed up on Twitter and they fucking ghosted me. I have it, so maybe one day, I'll be able to, pay them back somehow. But until that day happens, I got to play by their stupid ass rules. Kind of sucks. Anyways, let's figure out what I can salvage from this very horrible mistake. It's like, it don't even make sense to start the video from here because I was having a whole discussion about all of the stuff over there at Tahoe. I remember it because I was over there for like 5 or 10 minutes just yapping and pointing at shit and being like, oh yeah, all this kind of stuff. You say, yeah, being a YouTuber that makes good money seems tough. Yeah, it is. Like, most of the people on YouTube don't make anything. It's just like anything else. Think of like basketball, for instance. We all play basketball. Maybe we all don't play basketball, but many of us can play basketball. That don't mean that we all making money like LeBron, So same with YouTube. The majority of everyone on YouTube makes nothing. There are some people who start to make a little bit of money, but that's just like in corporate, Most people don't make money in corporate. Most people don't. And if you want to debate me on that one, all you got to do is look at the average income of a person in America. It's not that high. But then when you start to look at the profits that these corporations are making, it's that high. So, what that tells me is that a select few within corporate, they make money. The rest, not really. Some people like to add letters to your name that don't exist. I guess. Man, I'm disappointed. I can't believe that I don't even know. I don't even understand. I don't know what happened. So now I'm just going to go through these and see what I can salvage. Just not much, though. I can already tell there's not much. It's like just going down. Maybe I can take that. Sure, I can take that. All right, that's good enough. Then what is this? Vertical, not using it. There is a lot of noise, like there's a lot of debris here, just nastiness. Let's see if we can get past that. If there's, maybe I'll move the camera. No, I don't. But at least you can see Lake Tahoe slightly, just slightly, right here, right there. You can kind of see it. Actually, I think I want to start the scene here, right there. Yeah, I'll start it right there. And then we can end it right here. All right, cool. Clip. What is this? This is just looking at some stuff. All right, let's see. What the hell is going on? All right, so there's two things I'm looking at. You're not going to see it. Maybe you will. Probably not though. Let me first. Oops. Let me make this a little bit bigger. We'll get rid of this too. I'm not using it right now. I'm also not using that. All right, so it's. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. You see where my mouse is? These little dots right here. Those are gondolas. You know what? I can do this. I can transform. Look at that. I'll just transform into here. And we'll do a crop. And that should be crop. Okay, so let's say done, and it'll zoom in a little bit. All right, cool. You see? Those gondolas? That's what I was trying to capture right there. So let's undo all of that. Let's undo my crop. There's a little bit too much movement there, so I'm gonna start it here. And it's good enough for me. Let's get back to the thing. What is this? Just add it to the timeline. This is this is very close to the last clip. Oh, look, I see what's happening. Okay, all right, right there. So you see the people here, they're skiing. It's hard to make them out, but if you're on a TV, you'll see it. All right, so we'll end this clip about right here. And then I suddenly go to here. Okay, that's a transition, sure.
Did you get an X on yours?
Yeah. Oh no, it works. All right, so right here when it actually worked, we'll cut into there. Yeah, a little bit more to the. Yeah. Right there, cool. Ah, shit, that's not what I wanted. Oh no, it works. Oh no, it works. So what I'll do is I can take this and just like do that. I don't really need to hear it. Oh no, it works. Well, I'll do that later. Oh, no, it works. So we do that, and then we come here, we talk for a little bit. I'll take from here. Yes, I'll take. We'll clip here, and then right there. It's good enough for me. Delete the rest. I don't care about any of it. Don't care about any of that either. Oh wait, maybe I do care about that. Yeah, I don't anymore. We're good.
Mostly just getting shots. I need to be doing my iPhone too.
All right, so I'm gonna end it right here, right there. Damn it.
Mostly just getting shots. I need to be doing my iPhone too.
All right, so, oops. Right there, that frame, cool.
Mostly just getting shots. Mostly just getting.
I don't like that transition.
Just getting shots.
Go away. Go away. I see. Okay, this is me. This is my bad. This is what happens when you don't plan shit.
They call it a gondola. I'm gonna get on this thing. Supposedly it's 12 minutes to the top and 12 minutes back down.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I have some talking. It's just looking at me. We don't need to see me. We know what I look like. I'll do this, and I'll also do that, and then we'll just like turn the volume down. Don't care.
About to get on. They call it a gondola. I'm gonna get on this thing. Supposedly.
You know what? I'll delete that clip, and then we'll just come here. So we'll say I'm about to get on the gondola, and then we'll show the gondola right here, right there.
Get on. They call it a gondola. I'm gonna get on this thing. They call it a gondola. I'm gonna get on this thing. Supposedly it's 12 minutes to the top and 12 minutes back down. Back down.
All right, so I also have this. Am I talking at all?
So we'll see what the scenery is like here. It looks like the plastic is very scratched up, so we're probably not going to be able to.
All right, so right here, sidebar, I think. Yep, right there. So we'll cut there, and we'll just add this clip there. Wait a minute, is this the same clip? This is the clip. Wait, is it?
About to get on. They call it a gondola. I'm going to get on this thing. Supposedly.
I'm like, I'm literally missing. I'm missing clips. I distinctly remember recording as we came out, cause I got the village. Ah, man, this is another. I think I must have got hit with the tally light issue again, where you have no idea if you're recording. You know what? Here, let me make this very. I'm gonna make it clear. I gotta take off my jacket. I'm hot now. Let's do this. Oh, it just fell on the floor. God damn it. Okay. All right. Here's the DJI. You know, little DJI. They're gonna focus. All right. So this is the whatever the fuck it's called, the Mini 3, some pocket something. All right. So it's now looking. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. They're gonna focus. They're gonna focus on this thing. It's not gonna focus. All right. So watch what happens when I press the record button. All right, it's recording right now. What I want is a red border around this screen. I get this right here. This is the little tiny tally light that I was talking about. You do get that. The issue is that you can't see this outside in the daytime at all, especially if you have on shades, which I generally have on shades if I'm outside and it's bright as hell outside. So oh my gosh, I'm missing footage as a result. Things that I thought that I recorded did not actually get recorded. And oh my gosh. You have no idea how much this pisses me off. With my Sony camera, let me go back to my screen share. With my Sony camera, there's an option to put a red border around the radius or the border of the screen as a tally so that you know if you're recording or not. That's incredibly important in video. It's that when you press the button, you have an indication that it's recording, because what the hell else are you recording for, right? Like, you're not recording because you don't want the footage. You're recording because you want the footage. And, you know, in situations like this, it really sucks because, like I said, I'm not about to go back to Lake Tahoe. That's too much travel. I just can't do it. I'm not doing it. Not anytime soon. And, you know, let's say, for instance, I had actors, for instance. Obviously, you review after you take your shots. That's why they do all that kind of stuff. But it's like, I don't even know if it's worth doing this video anymore, because now I'm not confident that I have any other footage of me that I need to make this compelling in any way. What's this?
So we did a base dongle thing. Yeah.
Oh, y'all, you see me in relation to someone else, you could get a sense of how tall I am. I'm not. You can get a little bit of an indication of like I'm a little taller, like everybody around me.
I mean, I don't think we see them here. They'd probably be skiing. But I mean,
I remember recording inside this building too. Okay, all right, look, I do have it. Okay. I was about to say, if it don't have that, because I remember talking shit about how all they have is Coke products and that they're insanely expensive.
Coke and sugar products.
Yeah, that's literally me. I'm complaining about it. I'll turn it up a little bit.
The resort. It's about a 20-minute ride across the mountain. I'm coming through here to get something to drink because I am really thirsty. Is this open for drink? Can I get? All right, thank you. All right, I have a slight headache. I'm so thirsty.
See, Coke.
All they have is Coke and sugar products. So this is what they have. They don't have anything that I would actually drink other than water.
All of that's junk to me. All of that is trash and junk. Soda, fake ass juice. Like the only juice that I drink is freshly squeezed juice. I'm sorry if you think I'm a certain way. Like to me, that bullshit that you buy in these plastic containers, that from what is it? From concentrate with high fructose corn syrup. That's not juice. That's literally trash. That bottle of water that I got, that 16-ounce bottle of water, was $7. I need to expense that. I'm expensing this just out of principle. That's too much more. That's too much for water. I paid for it, obviously. But look at it. $7. 18 ounces, my bad.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to pay for it because I'm thirsty, but it's an insane amount of money.
Hell, I might have to start looking into moving to another country again. Let's pick that back up. I'm going to go to, maybe I'll go back to Thailand for a little longer than I spent last time. Yeah, all right. So I thought I was going to edit a video, but I'm missing footage and I'm pissed off about it now. And I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore. So we're not going to do that's the last video of Lake Tahoe. Is the last video of Lake Tahoe. There's no more. I'm just not going to do it anymore. Seems like I don't even have it anymore. How come I can't find this? Before, when I went to content, it would show, yeah, here we are. Yeah, this is going to be the last one because, yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do or say. Yeah, that kind of sucks. All right, well, anyways, let me turn the music back on and I'll stop complaining. Won't beat a dead horse. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I had to figure out something else to do for my next video. That's the result. That's the end result of this, is that now I have to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do, because that was supposed to be my video for next week, like for like Sunday or Monday. Huh. I'm thinking about how I can turn what, like this stream, like what I can do something, I can talk about something where I can clip it into a video. Let me go to my Slack. I've been sharing things. Maybe I'll just talk shit about what's happening in the culture. Maybe I'll just do that. Let me see here. This is on there. Okay, yes, here is something that I want to bring up. How do I do that? Open a new window. I found this. I saw this online somewhere, some social post. I don't know. I don't remember where. But the quote is compelling, as well as the imagery, what's happening here. I'll read it. I know y'all can read, but I'll read it anyways. I was educated once. It took me years to get over it. From Mark Twain. Mark Twain is actually, like, if you know a little bit about him, yeah, Seems like an interesting dude. Obviously he wrote some shit that he's like, oh, he may be racist. I don't give a shit. Like, knowing what I know now, I don't care, because I grew up around racist people. It's fine. No. Of course, they're not racist. They don't think they're racist because black people can't be racist. I take that back. They're not racist. But like, this is really useful. Like, look at the tree, and look at these children. They're frolicking, and you know, everything is nice and natural. And then they go into this machine, which looks very industrial. You see pollution and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's the school system. And they're saying it saps you of your creativity and your intelligence. And you're left with these, I don't know, like just these lemmings, NPCs. And I truly, I believe in that, especially now. I'm seeing what the new generation, is it Gen Z or Gen Alpha, whoever the hell they are. Oh my gosh. I'm actually a little bit fearful about the future of our country. I don't know how y'all feel about it, or if y'all are in America, but it's very obvious to me that the West as a whole is now in decline, is dying. And it's so interesting to me that the people who live and enjoy like the security of this value system that we have here in the West are so openly trying to destroy it. It makes no sense to me, because if you don't like something, you should leave. We have countries that have the types of government, the systems, like the institute, like we have countries that are socialist. We also have countries that are communist. We have countries that don't have freedom of speech. So I don't understand why we have people in our country advocating that we should not have those things, when it's like, the world, there are places you can go if you don't want those things, if you think that these things are inherently bad. But this picture says a lot, because think about who are the people in control of our country right now. We have idiots. I'm sorry. Like, I know that, you know, you're supposed to pretend that everyone here in our country or in the world is equal. Bullshit. Cap. No, we're not all equal. Some of you are not. No, we're not all equal. What we have in our country is that we should have equal access to opportunity. And for whatever reason, we now have people saying that's not enough, that we need equal outcomes. And I don't buy that at all. See, 2024, what's happening in 2024? Or what did I say? Did I say 2023? If I did, my bad. When I talk shit, I don't really know what the hell I'm saying. I'm just talking. But I'm a little bit pissed though. I'm not proud of my nation anymore. And it's mainly due to the people in it. Now, whether it's just I'm only hearing the loudest of the population, or if it's really the fact that most of our population are just gone, I don't know, just far gone. I don't know what it is. But no, our media, for instance, has been corrupted. Why the hell is this thing? I'm sorry, wait, hold on, give me a second. I just did a thumbs up and my camera just did a thumbs up, and I don't want that. Don't recognize hand gestures. Did y'all see that? Do that again. Do y'all see okay, it's only in Zoom. Let me just stop Zoom. No one's here, so I'll move. All right. Let me also tell people in the Slack that I'm doing something else. All right. Anyways, back to my rant about why I'm no longer proud of this nation. It's mostly the people, or at least the people who are the loudest, the ones who get all of the attention, or the ones who get promoted in our media, these agendas that they're pushing. I hope that 2024 is a pushback. Like, all the shit that we've all this progress, if we want to call it progress, that we've had since Obama was elected, and in my opinion, that was a mistake. I didn't vote for the man. I'm not easily swayed. I'm not going to look at someone's skin color and be like, oh yeah, because they have the same skin, that somehow they want what's best for me, when that person is not the same as me. I'm sorry if you're from Kenya, you're not the same as me. You know, it's like if your ancestors weren't tilling in the fields here in this country 200, 300, 400 years ago, you're not the same as me. I know that a lot of times, you know, from the outside, we have people who look in, they're like, oh yeah, you all have the same skin complexion, you're all black, you're all the same. Nah, bro, we're not all the same. It's just like in Europe. That's like me going to Europe and saying all y'all white people are the same. It's like, I am smart enough to know that all y'all white people not the same. Just intelligence, you know, I have it, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you think about it. And I know that they all don't get along because they have fucking wars. World War I, World War II. And even before World War I and II, Europe was always in a state of warfare. It wasn't until after World War II when America stepped in and became Big Zaddy that Europe became a peaceful place, but it didn't used to be a peaceful place. So what that tells me is that, you know, they don't get along either. They're not the same. They don't view themselves as the same. Yet here in our country, we have people who will, you know, just lump you into a bucket and be like, oh yeah, y'all are the same. Even if I came from Africa, Africa's a big ass country. That shows people's ignorance and stupidity. I'm gonna just call it dumbasses. People are dumb. I'm sorry. It's not ignorance. You're just dumb. Everyone has a globe. You look at the bitch. There's a lot of countries in Africa. They all different. You know, they all different. You don't have to go there to know that. I knew that as a young child. It was only reinforced by going there, you know. All right, I got a comment. Who is this commenting? I can't pronounce the name. Your words are right, but anyone can understand that. But people are complex beings and often do not want or do not. I got to read. I'm sorry. Your words are right, but anyone can understand that. But people are complex beings and often do not do what they agree with. However, it can seem strange. I think I kind of understand what you're getting at. That people will say something. They'll say something that they want. Correct me if I'm wrong, because, you know, I'm having trouble understanding it, but correct me if I'm wrong. You understand that people, you know, will say one thing, but they may not do something that aligns with what they say. Is that kind of what you're getting at? And that it is strange? And if so, I don't think it's strange anymore. I used to, but now it's one of these things where once you start to understand people, it's not strange. You accept them for what they are, and you can take advantage of it. In fact, that's what's happening, is that people are getting taken advantage of. You know, like maybe I'll talk about this throughout time, but I did a lot of studying certain subjects, even psychology, even though I wasn't a fan of it. Like, I've actually gotten a little bit into psychology and how propaganda works and how you can control people. And I'm aware that I can do that because I'm aware that I have the capability to control people or to influence their decisions. And when you understand people, it becomes like a superpower. I know that if I get someone emotional, I can control them. That's the first step. Just get someone emotional. They stop thinking logically. They start acting on instinct. If you can get someone in their flight or their flight or fight response, you can control them. That's why, you know, it's so important to practice controlling your emotions, because if you can't control them, someone else can. And I don't think a lot of people are, you know, too many people are just stupid. They don't understand that if you're not in control of yourself, well, something's controlling you because you're acting. I know that, you know, we've abandoned like spirituality in our country, and like we think that, you know, we're just these beasts, you know, just these like chemical processes happening, and, you know, that's what leads to activity. And just another indicator of how stupid we are. Straight up. One of the things that I tell people is, why the hell do you want to tear down something that led to you being here? Let's look at fertilizer right quick. I think this is a useful thing to look into. Let's look at fertilizer. It may not seem important, but Maybe it will be. Maybe we'll go somewhere with this. Fritz Haber. This is the guy who created fertilizer. There's a good chance that 2 out of every 3 of you who are watching me, and 2 out of 3 people in the world who you've ever met, would not be here if it weren't for the fruits of this man's efforts. But who is this man? Who is this man? Because these days I'm hearing that white people are evil, and yeah, all men and women, we're flawed. We all make mistakes. We all do things that could be seen as good or bad depending on who's looking at the act. Here's a man who if it weren't for him, most of you wouldn't be here. Most of the people, these fat, disgusting slobs of people who are like demanding that certain people shouldn't have the right to speak, and saying that all white people are racist, and that they should just go away, that they don't here is a white man who, if he didn't exist, that fat wildebeest who's talking shit wouldn't exist. Or at least they wouldn't be fat, because there wouldn't be enough food for them. This man ensured food security for the entire planet. I'm pretty sure y'all never even heard of the man. Let's go to this Wikipedia. Let's get a little bit more into detail about what he's done. It's not just that he invented fertilizer. There's some other shit, and that's why I'm. You'll see where I'm going in a bit. Let's see here. Being able to control yourself makes you a rare species of our kind. No one wants that because it's not so easy as it looks like. I'm of the mindset that people in power would prefer people who don't have control over themselves, because if you have control over yourself, you're able to think independently. You may not just follow along. You may not be part of the go along, get along game. If you're one of those types of people, if you're a man who can stand on your own, that makes you a dangerous man, because, well, our power is in the group. And if you're a man that can stand alone, you're a man that can create another group. And if you're a man that can create another group, that group is something that can challenge the existing status quo group. That makes you dangerous. And I think that's part of the reason why, for the past 30 or 40 years, we've been pussifying men. And unfortunately, some men are born weak-minded, and they don't have the presence or the frame to hear things said about them and to just say, fuck them. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We have a generation of men walking around with paint, painting their fingernails, bro. Seriously. What would our ancestors think? That we're so far gone. We have enough time to paint our fingernails. Think about that. We have enough time to be sitting on our ass painting our fingernails. While in the same breath, we have people complaining and talking shit about how there's world starvation and how there's so many poor people on earth, but they'll sit there and paint their fingernails. This is what I mean when I say, people's actions don't align with their words. It's if you say something, you really care about something, get off your ass and go do something. When people are saying, the world, global warming is going to cause all these issues. It's bitch, you ain't never seen the world. Don't talk to me, someone who's actually been and seen the world, about what the world and how we should care about it. It's you don't care enough to go see it. And you want to sit here and tell me what I should care about. It's come on, bro. That's something that'll never get old to me, actually. People less successful than me telling me what it is I need to be doing in life. It's weird. It's a pet peeve. It's a trigger of mine now, because I remember, when I made it, if you want to call it that, all of a sudden everybody has an opinion about what it is I need to be doing, how I need to be living my life. I'm just man, I have just earned more in a year than you've made in the last 15 years of your fucking life, and you're about to tell me what I need to be doing? Like, come on, bro. Like, really? Really? It's like I just came from a 30 country world tour, and you're sitting here telling me that I need to, like, really? You ain't know, you're a local. Like, I don't know if y'all know about locals, and that's what people who when you go to another place, we call you local. And now that I'm back here in America, I realize how like most people here are just locals. They've never left. They've never been anywhere. You would be surprised how many Americans have never even left their state. I'm actually interested in this. I know I was going to talk about Fred Tabor, but I'll get the TLDR. He invented fertilizer. He also invented the thing that is used to blow up shit. Those are his two very, very, very big things. Oh, one other thing he did. I'm sorry. If you ever heard of chlorine gas, you know, the gas that we used in the wars to kill people, this guy. So not only was he, someone who, if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have fertilizer. Well, if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have a lot of other things too. But the reason why I wanted to share it is that oftentimes you can't have good without bad. And that's the thing that I don't understand about people who don't understand that. You can't have light without dark. They are opposites. You need one to have the other. You can't have evil without good. You need both. Otherwise, you don't have either. You can't have good without bad. You need them both. The universe has to be balanced. Even if you're not a spiritual person, I'm not. We learn this in physics. Like conservation of energy. Like you have to have balance. Anyway, this. Let's see. I want to see like how many people in America, how many Americans never leave their states. I'm actually curious because I don't know. Oh, wow. Look at that. Not working. That's great. Forbes is not working. According to this, I don't know how accurate it is. This is saying 11%. I think I just saw something else that said 27%. One of this is Pew Research. I think I trust that a little bit more than Forbes, which is, that's just a it's a psyop in my opinion. Forbes is bullshit. I don't know if I believe this. So let's just say that between 10 and 25% of all Americans have never left the border of their state. America is currently about 340 million people. So that means between 34 million and about 45 million people have never left the border of their state. We have 50 states here. There are only a few states that border other countries. You have Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California. We border Mexico. And then you have the northern states. I don't know, like I think it's like Washington, Montana, Idaho, maybe. I don't know. Those states. I don't know the geography up there. Though they border the Canadian country border. Now just think about that, right? Like the rest of the country is surrounded by those states that I've just listed. And even people within those in that small inner circle, even they have not ventured out past their state. Yet we have a population who will vote for a president who is in charge of foreign policy. That's actually the president's real power. It's not really local, it's foreign. We have people who will vote for a president who don't understand foreign politics or geopolitics. If you were to ask them to point to any country outside of America, they probably wouldn't be able to do it. Maybe with the exception of Mexico or maybe Canada. And it's just something weird, like to even be the same, like to even have the same country as idiots. It's embarrassing. If you're from another country, first of all, Your country's probably not that much better. Let's just be real. It's probably not that much better. All countries have their issues. My issue with our country is that we have very little excuse to be as dumb as we are. Straight up. How are we the richest country that has ever existed on this planet in human history? Yet we have idiots. I don't understand. We have free education. It's not free. Obviously, we pay for it. But we have mandatory or compulsory education. How come our kids are coming out not knowing how to read? Have y'all heard of this? Kids not knowing how to read? It's what is it? Gen Z or Gen Alpha can't read. Yeah, we're gonna turn this into some reaction commentary because, like I said, I need this video. I thought that I was gonna be doing my other video, but no, this is probably gonna have to be it. Oh, so they're giving reasons. I don't care about the reasons right now. I know the reason is because their parents are idiots. Here's a fun fact. The probability of raising an idiot if you're an idiot is quite high. That shouldn't come as a surprise, but it might be a surprise to some people. That idiots tend to have idiot children. That's not always the case, some people can escape that, but it's unlikely. Let's look at this right here. I'm gonna turn off. Let's turn off music. Turn this up a little bit, and let's turn off some things. All right. Gen Z is fat. Gen Alpha can't read. Who is Gen Z? I'll look it up in a second. I actually don't know Gen Z. Yeah. Let's listen to this first.
Okay, but let's take a moment to discuss. Let's take a moment to debrief. Let's take a moment to unpack. So I'm not really understanding why they're not telling y'all. We all know that the world is behind, globally, because of the pandemic and stuff. But I don't understand why they're not stressing to y'all how bad it is. I'm not even trying to be funny, but these kids are... I'm going to just say this. I teach 7th grade. They are still performing on the 4th grade level. I don't care how you flip it, turn it, swing it, swindle it. They still performing on the 4th grade level. Ain't nobody talking about how they just keep moving, passing them on. They just keep passing them on. I can put as many zeros in this grade book as I want to. They're going to move that child to the 8th grade next year. Ain't nobody talking about that. Why they not talking about that? Why they not telling y'all that y'all... And why don't y'all know that y'all kids not performing on their grade level? Why y'all don't know this? Why y'all don't know? Talk about it. Let's unpack. Because y'all be quick to talk about, the teacher this, the teacher this, it's your job, baby. I just got here 30 days ago. She was performing on the 4th grade level since 4th grade. Why we not talk? Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah, that part. I'm too demanding of people. If we can split the human race into 2 different groups, maybe I'll have less demands. We have our sheep, and then we have, let's call them sheeple. If we can coin a new phrase, a new word, if we can call all these people sheeple, then all right, then I won't have any demands of them. My issue is that how the hell do we share the same DNA? That's my issue. It's how are we the same animals? That's my issue. Right? That's my issue. I don't know. People should want to be better. And it's baffling to me how many people enjoy the fruits of labors that they themselves they didn't contribute a thing to. And I'm not saying that I'm over here doing everything, but at least I'm trying to do something. There are so many people in our country, and I don't know where this is Cyrillic, so I'm going to assume, maybe you're just using Cyrillic, but I'm going to assume that you're probably in one of the Balkan states, or maybe you're in one of the former Russian territory, USSR territory, in one of those regions, Russian speaking. I'm going to assume that. Let me know if I'm wrong. But here, it does shouldn't, if we're supposed to be this exceptional nation, and I'm using the word nation intentionally, because a nation is a group of people who share common values and culture and all of these things. If we're supposed to be an exceptional nation who wants to go around and say, no, or like have the moral high ground in all these different, events or conflicts or whatever's happening in the world. If we want to be that, then shouldn't we want to be better ourselves? Kind of like how we sending money to fucking Ukraine. Why the hell why is my money? And I feel a certain kind of way about this because I probably pay more in taxes than most people. Just no. So it's just like, why in the fuck is half of my money going to fucking Ukraine when my fellow countrymen can't even read? Like, how does that make sense? Like, if they can't read, we know they can't do math because for whatever reason, people find math hard, even though it's easy as fuck. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. We're spending all this money bombing people in Yemen and Somalia or Somaliland, if you want to. I won't get into that. But in Somalia, like, we bombing people, sending bombs to fucking the Middle East so that they can get dropped on some poor ass country that, I mean, even if they wanted to, they couldn't do anything to us. So it's just like, we're spending all this money for that. Yet we have kids who cannot read. Now, the cynical person in me is like, well, that seems like the best. If I had, let's be real, like if I had power and I was that kind of person, I would actually want my population to be less educated. I would want them to be stupid because I can control them. I don't want them having critical thinking skills. I don't want them to be able to read at a high enough level to where they can go read literature or ideas from other people from other countries. I wouldn't want that because maybe they'll realize that the world that they live in, the world where, just the environment that they live in, maybe they'll start to understand that it doesn't have to be that way. And that's dangerous. As soon as you realize that the current status quo is just a status quo and it doesn't have to be that way, that's dangerous as fuck. That's where change, because change, people like to talk about change, but they don't really like to do it. We had a whole president that ran on this premise of change. It's just like, oh, okay. People don't really like change. They say it's a virtue. It's virtue signaling. People don't actually like change. It's bullshit. It's cap. Is that true about Ukraine? I didn't know. Well, that is geopolitics, investments in the future of America. What's true about Ukraine? That we're sending all this money to Ukraine? Yeah, we're sending a shit ton. We were sending a shit ton of money to Ukraine. Yeah, let's go see. Ukraine money or war. I don't know. What do we call it? We call it something. Aid package or something like that. Ukraine aid. It's always guised under like aid or some bullshit. Aid amount. Maybe. I would be surprised if Google even wants to share that information. They're freaking public puppet too. Just how much aid has the U.S. sent to Ukraine? So between January 24th, 2022 and October 31st, 2023, $75 billion. $75 billion. Hold that. Trump border wall budget proposal. So his proposal was $3 billion to build a wall to protect our country. Now, I know that people who don't live in Texas, y'all may not give a shit about us. Don't worry, I can make that mutual. But we border, we're a border state. And certain people within our country fought tooth and nail and did all this virtue signaling, talking about how like people in Texas or whoever, we're racist and how like we need to have an open border and bullshit. But it's just like, that's like me coming to your house and saying, you know what, you should remove your door. You shouldn't have a door. And like, meanwhile, it's like, I don't live there. Like, I live somewhere else. They have to get through your house before they can get to my house. That's kind of what we're dealing with here, where it's just like, we have certain people in our country who are like, oh yeah, we want this, we should have this. But it's like, Let me pull up a map because I know some people don't know geography. I'm gonna pull up a map just so that we're clear what I mean here, because I don't think some people know where the fuck Texas is. So here is Texas. You know, we're a big ass state. We're here. The majority of the border with Mexico is Texas. That's just a fact. The majority of it, right? All of these people in all of these states above us who don't have a fucking border with anyone are saying, yeah, we should have open borders. How does that make sense? Make it make sense. All these people here, they're like, oh yeah, we're for open borders. We want to search the border. It's just like, when you say search the border, what I'm hearing is you want to fuck up where I'm from. And like, let's be real, I'm a Texan first. Sorry, America. I'm a Texan first. If I had to choose, I choose Texas. You know, like if Texas, I'm not saying it'll ever happen, but if whoever is in charge of Texas, if they wanted to have like a referendum of whether or not we wanted to leave the United States of America, I don't know if I would vote, but if they chose to leave the United States of America, I wouldn't be saying I'm moving out of Texas. My ancestors are from here. Why the fuck would I leave? I'm as native as you get. Like after the Native Americans, I'm as native as you get. Why would I leave where my ancestors are from? So yeah, I'm Texan first. And when I hear all these people saying, yeah, let's like free open borders, it's like, well, this is my home that you're talking about. Let's have free open borders. This is where I live. This is my home. My ancestors picked cotton in these cotton fields in this state, not yours. So I have a different attachment to it, you know, even if my ancestors were slaves, even if they were being hung from trees here in Texas, they were being hung from Texas trees. So for me, this is home. Like the struggle is here for me. I'm not trying to leave. So if Texas were like, yo, we're leaving America, I'm not American. I'm Texan. I'm Texan. You know, like I feel like if my ancestors wanted to leave Texas, they would have left during the Emancipation Proclamation when they had the freedom to leave the South. They didn't leave the South. So here I am. I'm born here in the South. Anyway, just so we know, here are all the states that are saying we want open borders. And I want to point out a couple states. These are funny to me now. Chicago, here's Sanctuary City. They were talking all this shit about how, you know, we're all backwards here in the South and in Texas specifically. And look at where the fuck they are. They're all the way up here. All the way up here, virtue signaling, saying, yeah, we want all these migrants. We only send them a small fraction. We have a lot of migrants here in Texas, believe it or not. If you've never been to Texas, you should come. Come take a look. We have them here in Houston. There's a whole Houston camp in North Houston. Somehow they have enough money to buy land that my people can't buy. You know, like, you know, my ancestors, I have family too. My family can't even buy this land and they being given this land for free. What kind of sense does that make? My family is the descendants of the people who fucking picked the cotton and made this shit possible, and they can't get shit. Here, I'll show you where it is. It's out here near Conroe. You're not going to actually be able to see it, but it's out in this area over here. A whole big ass community, like hundreds of acres. And they out there waving flags of other countries. That's a slap in the face to me. How the fuck you gonna come to my country? Yeah, even though I'm saying I'm Texan first, I still am American, at least for now. Like for as long as Texas is a part of America, I'm American. So how the fuck you gonna come into my country, my state, and you gonna fly another flag from another country? I don't know if y'all know this. Here in Texas, we have our own flag, and it flies at the same height as the American flag. So when I see someone else bringing their poor ass country's flag to my city, my country, my state, I'm like, why are you here? Because I don't see Americans going to other countries and waving their flags. Like, what kind of sense does that make? The thing I can't get is why America wants more migrants and open border. Every other country thinking in the opposite way. Is there a good reason? So it's not every country like this. A lot of the European countries, specifically here, I'll show you a few of them. Specifically, Spain and Italy and Greece, like all of these countries here along the Mediterranean, they're all facing migrant issues as well. And I think that it's a global elite of business people. They tend to meet in Switzerland every year. Have you heard of it, in Davos? They tend to meet in Switzerland every year. I'm trying to let me find it. Where the fuck is Switzerland? Switzerland should be over here somewhere. It's in the middle somewhere. I don't even know where Germany is. It's near there. I'll just look it up. Let me just put Zurich. How about that? Zurich. There we go. So every year we have people who go to Zurich. I think it's those people. It's in their best interest if we have a more global system where they have control over all of the means of production. I think that's what it is. And they do it in the open. Look at this. WF, you will own nothing. I think they even did a report. You will own nothing. Report. See if we can find that. Of course, and they're like, we're not doing that. Oh, yeah, bullshit. Okay. By the way, thank you, EU, European Union, for this phenomenal job of making sure that I'm safe by forcing these companies to always show me this bullshit cookie shit. I don't care. And that's your mark on the world. Congratulations, Europe. Couldn't have done it without you. Oh my gosh. Here we are. The World Economic Forum predicted that by 2030, individuals will own nothing and be happy. Now, of course, no, you'll be like, oh, this conspiracy theory, all this bullshit, but they said it. You can actually go to WF. Like they have all the reports. You can read these things. It's a little strange. Maybe you should read it. I mean, you should maybe go read the UN Charter too. Like read all of these things, because all of these bodies that exist that are extra, like they're above nations almost. Like the WHO. How in the hell does the WHO get to decide policy that affects me and my country? We did not vote for them. Just think about that. America is supposedly a democratic nation. Technically, we're a republic. We're a democratic republic. Let's be clear. We're not truly a democratic country. We're a democratic republic. But even then, we have this notion that we should not have to bend the knee to anyone without representation. We fought a whole war over it. You remember UK? You remember Britain? Remember them? The once world power, and they're no longer that. They now let's be real. Like, without America, they wouldn't be much right now. But like, we fought a giant ass war with this country, and all of it was bigger than this back then. It was actually bigger. The empire of Britain was large. Let's be real. It was much larger than America in the 13 colonies at that point. The point stands. We fought a whole war with these people because we lacked representation. They were saying what we are going to do here in over here on this side of the ocean. They're over here saying what we're going to do, saying that we're going to have to pay them taxes. And it's like, we're not represented. We have no representation there. Why would we listen to you? So our country is founded on this idea that we don't answer to anyone unless we have some form of representation. And yet somehow we're answering to the WHO, which is corrupt and bought and paid for by China. Like, let's be real. The person who heads the WHO is from Ethiopia. I know a little bit about what's happening in these regions. Ethiopia is not far from a Chinese vassal state at this point. Bought and paid for. Their infrastructure, all Chinese. Their networking, all Chinese. Like all the internet, all Chinese. It's all Huawei. It's all Chinese. They even have Chinese areas of town that the locals are not allowed to go into. What's his name? Is it Tedros? Whatever the fuck his name is. I forget his name. I didn't vote for him, so why should I know his name? All the world is silent about the fact that WW2 went around Switzerland, which is located in the heart of events. Well, yeah, I mean, they're neutral, but they also have a natural advantage that other places don't have. And honestly, wait, did I look up Zurich? Let's just look up Switzerland because I think it's important to. Actually, no, I can't look it up here. I have to do it in Google Earth so that I can show this. So we'll go to Earth, Google. Okay. The reason why I wanted to show this is that Switzerland has natural defenses. Look at where it's at. Look at where it's at. Like, think about it. During World War I and World War II, the thing that was really the differentiator was, well, I'm sorry, let's just talk about World War I for now, was the tank. The Germans, the tank. Tank's not getting through here. It's just not gonna happen. Also, all the entries into Switzerland, there are only a few. They're all mined or like they have bombs on it. So even if you were to try to invade, you're not going to invade using the roads. And you're not going to invade through these mountains either. The only way you get into Switzerland is if you fly into Switzerland. But you're not trying to fly into Switzerland because they have all these mountain ranges, which are really, 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 really exceptionally good at hiding anti-aircraft guns and missiles. So you won't really make it to Switzerland. So yeah, there's a reason why. It's not just because it's, like they were neutral. It's they have natural advantage. Also, let me pull off. How do I not show certain layers? View layers. Okay, here we are. Cool. So let me turn off. I just want to see clean. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to see clean. I want to see the borders. How come it's not showing me borders? Everything, explorations, borders, updated imagery. So I'm trying to get out of seeing, like, I don't want to see the satellite imagery, but it looks like I don't have a choice. So whatever, I'll just zoom out and hopefully it'll show the countries. Okay. So you see here we have Germany, and I mean it was more than Germany at that point. It was basically all of this German and Austria, or all of the Austrian Empire. I forget what they call their empire, but it was basically all of this. Now, Switzerland served as a nice border between Germany and France, the other power in the region. And I know you might want to talk shit about France, but like, let's be real, France is a power. And we owe a lot, at least here in America, we owe a lot to France. I don't think America would be what it is today without France. Like like a lot of the ideals, like the things from France. So they did play some pivotal parts for us. But yeah, like it's a buffer. And if you know a little bit about war, it's better to have a state that won't attack you, because that opens up multiple fronts, which means that you now have to deal with that. So, there were some reasons behind it. There are some other reasons too. I'm not really going to get all into it. Maybe over the year, I can get a little bit more into this kind of stuff, the history of that, if you like. But Switzerland was a holiday base for the Nazis. Well, it's not just them. A lot of Nazis, they came down to this side of the world, into Argentina. No, they're here too. They're also up here in Mexico. They're also over here in Cuba. And I want to say that we had some here in America. I think we had people who were part of the Nazi party. And I want to be clear. I know that here in America, like, we're told that we should hate Nazis. Okay. I don't know if I hate them, because I understand that people, if the people around you are saying all this wild shit, like, what are you going to do? It's happening here. It's happening here. I wonder what people like if we end up having a war and like shit hits the fan. Like I wonder, are people gonna be like, oh yeah, like we should treat them this because it's just their environment, or if they're gonna be like, yeah, like they wanted people to chop off their body parts, you know? So yeah, we had some Nazis here, and we wouldn't have rockets without that help. So that part. Also, the guy who created fertilizer. See what I mean? Like, you can't have good without bad. You need them both, whether you like it or not. You can't have life without death. You need them both. It sucks, but it's not for us to dictate what the natural order should be. The natural order is the natural order. It was here before us. It's going to be here after us. We can fight it. We can disagree with it. The thing is that it doesn't have to give a fuck about what we think or what we want or how we feel about it. That's the thing about reality, is that it's going to happen and exist, whether or not you believe it or not. Oops. Sorry, I got text messages. I got to read it. What's the name of the rewards you're missing for airline miles? I think it was Rocket Miles. Yeah, it's Rocket Miles. Let me copy that link. Send this to him. Give him this answer. I also need to order some food right quick. Give me a second. I'm about to put in my order for this food. Okay. Are y'all aware of what's happening here in Venezuela? Or what was happening in Ecuador? Or what's happening over here in Guyana? I'm asking because I might, like for content, like I need videos. So I may start talking about this kind of shit. So I know a lot about all these things that are happening. So I'm asking, like, because I can start talking about it if y'all don't know anything about it. Or do y'all know what's been going on in Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Chad, as well as Sudan? Or the things that are happening over here in, I kind of alluded to it. I called it Somaliland, but it's Somalia. But like, there's an issue here where like, are y'all aware of what's happening over here in Somalia? I'm calling Somalia for now. Or are you familiar with what's going on between Azerbaijan and Armenia? I don't know why the labels go away, but they do for whatever reason. I'll zoom out so that we can actually see that Armenia and Azerbaijan are here. But like there's this little area right here that bifurcates the two. There's some things happening over here. Where else do we have some things happening? I mean, I don't know if India, Pakistan, they're always doing something. I don't know if it really counts. But there's been some action happening in Central Europe as well. Who is that action between? Well, the power that dominated Asia, all of Asia, was the USSR. And the USSR fell, and Russia ended up being, like they're the country that is, predominantly in this region. However, since the Ukraine war, the Chinese have been very busy in this region of the continent, including in Uzbekistan. In fact, I want to go to Uzbekistan for food. I like food. So I'll probably go to Uzbekistan. Maybe I'll go this year if things don't pop off. But like, China is very active in that region right now, including this region, which we won't get into it. But I'm just like, yeah, this is a very remote part of China. Same here in the steppe region. I don't know if y'all know much about this region over here. I won't say the name because I don't want to get banned from YouTube, because we know that YouTube answers only to the CCP, not to America, but there's this region over here that's also, there's some things happening in this region here between a few different actors. You have some of the, I'm not going to say one, you have some of the things that may be happening in Bhutan. India is, obviously trying to back that up. There's also some things that are happening over here in Myanmar, former Burma. There's actually, I think the war spilled over into China, of all places. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but yeah, there's some shit happening, and now it's starting to spill over into China. I haven't looked into world news lately. I don't think you'll see this in world news. This isn't like there is. The only reason why I know about these things is because after I left America and like I was out for a while, like I actually started to find the resources, like not just their news out. Like there's more than just the main primary news outlets. There's also people who are reporting on the ground. Like I started to put together like sources that I can pull information from, like real time information, so I know what's happening that the countries don't want you to know what's happening. And that includes here in America. Like when you leave America, you'll quickly realize that the world is much larger than America. Most of the world don't really give a fuck about what the hell we got going on here. The only reason why they really kind of care is that we tend to get involved in everybody's business. But I guarantee you, if we didn't get involved in anyone's business, no one will give a damn about America. I didn't even hear anything about America when I left. And it's not because I wasn't trying to hear it. It's just like no one gives a shit. And hell, even when I left America, I stopped giving a shit. I'm just like, fuck. I didn't really say fuck America like that. I was just like, fuck what's going on over there. It don't matter to me. I'm not there. And same here, right? Where it's like there are some things that are happening in these countries. Like y'all probably didn't know this, but every so often there are these riots in the street against the monarchy in Thailand. Happens kind of often. You'll never hear about it. Even if you were to like follow world news, you probably wouldn't hear about that. And even if you were, like it'll always be presented with some level of bias that you probably wouldn't want. Like for instance, the stuff that's been happening in the Philippines, I don't think that you hear about it if China wasn't considered our competitor. That's our competitor. They call us their enemy, but we call them our competitor. So I'm gonna use what we say. We call them our competitor. We likely wouldn't even know what the hell's happening in this region of the world, the South China Sea, if they were like an ally. Just like you probably didn't know what the fuck was happening over here in this region because we happen to have an ally there. We like to turn blind eyes, and we have a lot of control and sway over media throughout the world, and we can control the narrative, and we're doing that. Even here in Cyprus, we don't hear much about what the hell's been going on in Cyprus or the issues that we've been having with Hungary and Turkey and NATO. These are our allies. We probably would never talk about it. I don't know if y'all know Hungary, Budapest, what's his name? Olgan? What's his name? I think it's Olgan. Let's see, Olgan, Hungary. I don't actually know his name. I'm not there. I'm not from Hungary. I didn't vote for the man, so if I don't know his name, forgive me. Like, he doesn't matter to me that much. But for this sake, I want to pull up his name so I can show you a face. Is it Olagan? Let's see, Hungary president, PM or something. I don't even know if he's a president. It may be a PM. All right, maybe he's a PM. Oh wait, yeah, Orban. There we are. All right. Yeah, he's a prime minister. Okay, so this guy, and also let's pull up the other guy, Erdogan. That's Erdogan. Okay, this guy as well. These two people, they're technically our allies, NATO allies. Hungary is part of the EU as well. So not only are they part of the security alliance of NATO, but they're also part of the economic alliance of the EU. While Turkey is no longer Turkey, they got a little butthurt about people comparing their name to a turkey, so they're now Turkey. So Turkey is a member of the security alliance NATO, but they're not a member of EU. In either case, these folks have they've been a bit of a thorn in the side of NATO and the EU. And it's unlikely that you hear about it. And it makes sense because they're allies. We rarely talk bad about allies. It's just like with your friends, right? You have your friends. Your friends are just as shitty of a person as me. They're just as bad as me. But you won't really talk about all their bad things. You kind of, you sweep that under the rug. You kind of ignore it. That's what we do too. It works the same with nation states. And you may be like, oh, we shouldn't tolerate that. The old me would agree. But smarter me, I understand why you want to keep people close. You keep people close in this world of politics. Let's see here. We got, the funny thing is the USSR is a child of European processes, and it's formed thanks to Europe. I actually don't know much about the formation of the USSR. I will admit, I know very little about Russia outside of what was taught to me here in American schools and what I've learned through like the literature, like Russian literature. I took a Russian literature class in college. And I know that's not to say that I know a lot of stuff, but we were forced to read some of these very, very complex books, essentially like every week. Some books we had 2 weeks to read. We had to write these long ass analyses and all this kind of stuff on these books. So while I may not be as educated on USSR and Russia and all that kind of stuff, I'm at least a little familiar with, I'm gonna call it the Russian condition. I'm a little familiar with it. I've worked alongside Russians several times actually. Back when I used to work on oil rigs out in Africa, they're there. Also, I worked with some while I was building Post Supply, and I almost worked. Well, they're not Russian; they're Balkan from the. Gosh, I had to actually go look at. I forgot the name of the country, but it's one of the Balkan states. I almost joined. I thought about joining the company. They were based in the Balkan states, and I seriously considered it. The thing that made it a little challenging was that, the whole Russian conflict thing. And yeah. But they were really cool. Like seriously, like every Russian person I've met. In fact, I have a neighbor who's Russian. Well, he's born in Russia, but they left as he was a kid or whatever. But like he still speaks the language and all that, this culture and all that. I've never met a Russian person who wasn't nice. I mean, they're different from, they're different. They're not like nice in the Southern way, like here in America, like Southerners. They're not like us, but they are nice in their way. If that makes sense. It's different. It's a different culture. I am aware that most Americans are quite foreign to Russians because of historical reasons. But yeah, like most of the ones I've met, like they were fine to me. Well, and what I've learned is, when you go visit these countries, even if certain countries are technically an enemy or like were enemies of my state, America, whatever. What I've learned is that the people very rarely are the state. They're very different. For the most part, we all want the same shit, and we all can get along fairly easily. That's been my experience. And that was a great learning lesson, because if you just listen to what our media says, you would assume that the world is a shitty place, it's terrible, everyone hates us, is dangerous. You would assume all of those things. However, when you actually go and see the world and you see that, oh, this is all a lie, this is a myth. The one that really, really, really did it was when I went to the Middle East. That was the one where it became crystal clear how full of shit America's like the media is. Like it became crystal clear. Some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. And kind, not just nice, and kind. I don't think there's like they're not going to try to coddle to your feelings. It's definitely not that. You do have to respect them, and I'm fine with that. I prefer that. We should respect people. But like I have never met kinder people in my life. And I say that being from here in the South, in Texas. I've never met people more kind in my life. So, like, it could be an eye-opening experience if you end up leaving wherever you are, and you actually go and interact with the people who your media or who your leaders or whoever are saying, oh, these people, they don't like you, they hate you, they're evil, they're bad, and all this kind of stuff. I'm now with the mindset of, okay, well, you say these people are evil, let me go and actually talk to these people, and I actually started doing that. And that's part of the reason why I want to go to Uzbekistan and go to Kyrgyzstan and go to Kazakhstan and Tajikistan. I want to go to Afghanistan too. I know there's some shit going on there, but I don't care anymore. Like, even Iran is supposed to be an enemy, like de facto enemy number like 2 or 3 for America. The Iranians that I met when I was in the Middle East were the nicest people I've ever met. In fact, a lot of them, they were like, we've never met an American. And on top of that, they're like we've never met a black American. And they were, one of them confided in me. He's like, oh, like, this is like, he basically said something along the lines of like, I never would have thought I'd have the opportunity to meet a black American. He was really into like black culture type shit, like rap and hip hop and like the clothing and all that kind of stuff. And dude was like shaking my hand, like thanking me. He's like, oh, like you really, it's like, I never would have thought I would meet someone like you. And this is supposedly my enemy. At least that's what my state tells me. That's what America is telling me, that, you know, these people, these Iranians are my enemy, including the Iranians that I went to school with in college. I'm not going to say names, but it's like, one of the girls who I was friends with, you know, she used to take me back and forth to Houston. I would ride with her. Like, we were really good friends. She's Iranian. She even spoke Farsi, like, from Iran. And here I, like, the state is telling me, oh yeah, these people are my enemy. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, all right. Yeah, information asymmetry. That's what you want. Here, I'll spell it out for you. Asymmetry. I'm assuming you're like, I'm assuming you're learning the language, English, and I'm happy to help. So yeah, that's the word you're looking for. Asymmetry. Now what you're talking about, asynchrony or asynchronous. Asynchronous is like not in synchronization, not in sync. So it's it's slightly different. And even the word asynchronous doesn't mean, in computer science, it means something very different than what it actually means in spoken language. But you will never really need to know that. Most Americans don't have, I misspelled that, by the way. Or maybe I didn't, I don't know. Most Americans don't have that large of a vocabulary. So it's unlikely that you will ever be able to say that word to other people and they know what the hell you mean. Even asymmetry, that might be a word that most people wouldn't even know what the hell that means. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I mean that. And I say this as someone who writes a lot. I target writing for an 8th grade level. I will max go up to 10th grade level. And the reason for that is that most Americans don't even read at a 10th grade level. No. But you know, we're the richest country on earth. We're the best country on earth. So we don't need to read. We get our AIs to do it. We'll just trust the AI, that bullshit. Like the AI says it must be true, it must be true. Oh wait, I forgot I had Google Earth up. Let me look at some more places. Cause I want to plan my Uzbekistan trip. And also talk about some of the other places that I'm trying to go to. So I definitely want to go to Bhutan here. It'll load up one day. Google, load, maybe. Wait, is it just not going to load names now? What the hell? Do I have to zoom out? Do I have to refresh? All right, well, it's not showing Bhutan anymore, but Bhutan's here. I want to go to Bhutan. That's going to be a hard flight to go get, do, because I can't fly there direct. I had to fly somewhere else first, and then I had to fly there. And I've already found the place that I found some places that I want to stay. Let's see, Bhutan. I don't know the name of it. But just trust me, I've already found a couple places that I want to stay. You know what? We'll go to Agoda. I think we can. Maybe I'll find it. We'll say Bhutan, and I had to do Agoda because I'm not gonna find it here. And this is a Asian thing, I think. Yeah, we'll just take whatever that says. I only remember it by the looks. It was like on a mountain or something, like literally like in the mountains. Let's do 5-star because I'm sorry, that's just the only thing I'm willing to do. Maybe it wasn't in this city. Yeah, maybe it wasn't in this city. Let's just try another city. I don't know which city it is. Shit. Let's just do Bhutan. And there should be, yeah, exceptional. Yeah, here we are. Is this it? Oh, wow. It was, okay, literally. Okay. This was on the last one. It's just a different image. But it's overlooking mountains and shit. Let me look at that. Yeah. This is it. So I've already found the place that I want to stay. And I'll probably go to a couple cities or maybe 3 cities while I'm there. But like, I'm actually looking forward to this trip. This is one I'm really, 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 really looking forward to, because Bhutan is just so like, it's beautiful. It's maybe one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. Let's see. Bhutan is a wonderful country, the country where the king had to enforce democratization. They're also they seem to be very happy too. Like, they're incredibly happy. And have you been to Bhutan? I mean, if are you from Russia? I don't know if you said, like, are you from that region? If you are, then I guess that makes sense why you've been able to go. But like, this is like a bucket list for me. Oh, they have a Le Meridian there. Oh wow. Okay, now that I know they have a Le Meridian, I may have to just stay here because I am a Bonvoy status. I have the status, so it's just like I can go there and get a suite. And I get my points. This must be new. This wasn't, I don't know if this existed when I was looking to go to Bhutan. But hell, I might end up staying here. Where is this at? Whatever the city is. Hell, okay, hell. It's only 8.2, but sometimes I'm willing to settle for a lower star rating if I'm able to get my points. I wonder if this is an Ankara property for this price. I would honestly, I'm the kind of person where if I do go, I would probably stay in this. I would probably rent something like this for a night or two, because like, I don't know, it may seem weird to like spend $3,400, maybe $5,000 a night for a room, but I have a belief that if you're going to go somewhere, it's about the experience. And sure, you can experience, all of the stuff without all of this, but this only helps add to it, right? Like, it's, you get to talk about it. You get to take your pictures. That's what I do. I like to take pictures. They're generally located in really nice places. Let me see. Where was it at? And it's probably not always $3,500. You could probably get it for less. Unless this is an Ankara property. At that point, then it's probably actually that price. I don't know who this is by. Let's see, overview. Let's learn a little more about this hotel chain. Wait, what the fuck is it doing? I want to search the internet. Oh, it's Amman. Oh, okay, Amman. Oh, no wonder. It's an Amman property. I've only stayed in one Amman property, and it was the most expensive. It was the most money I've ever spent a night in my life. It's like $2,800 a night. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no wonder it's fucking 3,500. This is where you may be like, oh, I would never pay that much money. That tells me you don't have the right kind of mindset. Because when I pay this kind of money, some of the people I've met, life changing. So it's just like you're only going to be with people who can afford to travel to the fucking Bhutan. So even if they're from local, like from the region, like from China, regular Chinese people aren't going to Bhutan. Like can't. And the people who are going to be staying here are not going to be the regular Chinese people. They're probably going to be the really, really, really rich ones. Same with the Americans. If there are any, I'll probably be the only American there. Yeah, I'm going to add this to, I'm going to probably have to go here too. So now I have 3 different hotels that I will probably have to consider staying at. This is probably going to for real happen. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yes. Yes. Oh, this is my food. Hello? Yeah, can you set them up, please? All right, thank you. No, read a lot. I'm from Middle Asia. Okay. We call that Central Asia. One of those countries that ends with Stan. Which one? Is it Tajikistan? Kazakhstan? I want to visit Kazakhstan as well as Kyrgyzstan. Or are you from like Afghanistan or what's the other one? I don't know. There are a lot of stands in that region. If you're from Uzbekistan, bro, like let me know because I want to go to Uzbekistan too. So man, I need to plan out something. So I need to make sure. Here's the goal. I'm setting a new goal. I think I need to get things in such a place to where I can do another trip, like a long trip, like a 4 month trip. So I think I'm going to try to use this YouTube channel to do that because one of the things that I've always wished and dreamed about is being able to stay at the hotels that I stay at for free. That would be dope. Like if they invited me out and say, hey, Will, we want you to come and do like a video, come do like basically this kind of stuff. I prefer this. I don't like talking, believe it or not. If I can get paid and flown out to do this kind of stuff, oh my gosh, that would be a dream come true. That's actually what I want to do. I want to just travel and eat and stay at these places and just go walk around, and take pictures of nature and do video. That would be amazing. Afghanistan has good internet. Not quite, but it's a lot of it is due to their geography. It's really mountainous, incredibly mountainous. Also, that whole region, the internet situation in that whole region is well. Let me back up. I should say that because I'm here in America, what's good internet to me is very, very, very different than what's good internet to other people. I know a lot of people, especially here in America, they'll talk shit about America saying how our internet and all this kind of stuff is so trash. But it's just like, well, this is a bigger country than most countries. And even though it's bigger, that like our lowest bar is still much higher than like other places. So, while people are like, oh yeah, the average internet speed in Korea is like 300 megabits per second or something ridiculous. Mine is 2.5 gigabits per second. So it's just like, I'm living in a different world over here. Give me a second. I got to go get my food. All right, I'm back. Normally, I don't eat at my desk, but I guess since I'm streaming and I forgot to say I need to go for my food, I'll just keep it here. I won't eat too much. But yeah, man, like I need to go here. Let me add this to my list of things so I remember the hotel. I actually need to do that. I need to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do this year. Like if I'm gonna travel. Last year I ended up canceling several of my trips, literally, so I can hit my stream goal. And I have a stream goal this year, but I feel like maybe if I at least somewhat think about what the hell I'm gonna do, maybe I won't have to cancel trips anymore. We'll see. So we'll just all this trips, and we'll do Bhutan. So yeah, one place hotel, and then there was the Meridian, Bhutan. Wait, I want the website. Damn it. Oh, there's two. Oh, okay. All right. I see. I see what's happening here. I don't think you'll find my country too interesting. It's just people. It's just steps in all directions, and cities do not differ from the cities of other third world countries. Why do you think I wouldn't find it interesting? What do you think? What do you think it takes to get me interested in a place? Have you considered that maybe it's not interesting to you because you live there, you're from there, so you spend all your life there, so it's normal to you. Whereas to someone who's never been there, it may be interesting. Like those people see things, or how do I say it? When you travel, one of the things that you may find, just if you're very reflective, you may realize that the things that don't interest you in your country all of a sudden interest you in this other country. So let me give an example. When I'm here in Houston, it's very rare that I am interested in like what's happening on the streets. However, when I go to any other place, I am very, very, very interested in what's happening on the streets. I'll sit and people watch for hours. I'll walk around for hours. And like even the things that you wouldn't even expect to like matter. You know what? I actually have, let me go to my Instagram right quick. I'm not saying I have a good Instagram. It's not that good, but I have some images that maybe will kind of get at what I'm getting at. Let's go to here, and then we'll actually go to my profile. Well, this is actually a good thing to do so I can eat my food. It's not important here. Okay, so check this out. This is a picture of a damn street sign. Is it that interesting? Maybe not to someone in Taiwan. It's interesting to me though. Why? Well, this says ABCD. That's interesting to me. And when I'm there, to see every other sign is in Chinese. And then this one particular sign is using whatever our letters are called. Are they like alpha or Roman? I don't know. Whatever our letters are called. I forget what they're called. To see that romanticized or whatever that is, like those types of characters, I'm like, this is interesting to me. Let's go to something else. Here, this is just a regular ass, like just some random ass restaurant I just looked up, and Asahi is just some random Japanese beer. It's not really something special. It's kind of like Coors Light or Miller Lite here. I mean, maybe they may consider it better, but yeah. Same shit. I don't drink beer. It's all disgusting armpit juice to me. They all smell like armpit juice. It's interesting to me. I don't think someone who lives in Taiwan is going to look at that and be like, oh, yeah, this is interesting. But you also got to keep in mind that when I go places, I'm going more as a photographer than anything. Or just someone like just to see. Like I just walk around. Like literally. I can't impress upon you how much I walk around. That's what I do when I travel. You think that I'm out here like doing all these other things. Nah, I just go walk around. I have zero interest in doing most other things. Here's another one. This is in Nigeria. It's just Literally on like just a street. Well, it's a freeway. It's literally just a freeway. Nothing really special going on. I'm in a car. I pass people walking every day here in Houston. I'm not trying to take a picture of it. This is actually dope though. Look at the drip though. Look at the drip. Ugh, look at that. What you know about that edit? Yeah, I'm proud of this one. This was a dope one. By the way, this is one picture, but I edited it so that it looks like it's two. Here's another thing. This is here in America. This is a damn trash can. You see, what I'm trying to get across to you is that what you think I may find interesting is probably not true. What I like to tell people is that, it's especially like people who claim to get bored or whatever. I tell people that boredom is a state of mind. That's a you problem. I have a lot going on in here. I can be anywhere. I'll be okay. Like I can make any situation interesting because I have a very strong mind. I do recognize I'm a little gifted in that area. I'm able to, I can create my own interest in anything. Let's look for another. Here's some in Korea. It's just a random ass structure. I was in a park. Maybe I'll pull it up in a second. Yeah, I'll pull it up. I have to do that. I'm gonna play some music so y'all don't have to hear me chewing, because I'm gonna be chewing loud. Normally, like I said, I don't eat at my desk, and normally I eat over there. But I'll make this one exception this one time. It's not gonna become a norm. All right, we get some music on. I have a lot of videos, as you can see. I don't even know if I'm gonna, oh yeah, I will find some of it. I don't know if I'm gonna find that park though. Maybe I will, hopefully I will. Yeah, I will. I found it, perfect. Now, just keep in mind, it's gonna look a little weird for y'all because it is HDR footage. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. It's too loud for me in my head. All right, here we go. So yeah, you know what? We'll just play it through so I can eat my food. This is just some random ass. I'm just walking with my phone. Nothing really special. It wasn't really meant to make a video for others. It's meant for me. I have hundreds of gigabytes of footage of me in all of these countries. Just walk around, just exploring it. Some on my phone, some on my actual camera. Just all kinds of things. All I do. Well, yeah. Not all Americans are the same. And what I mean by that is that the level of comfort that you may think that we all have is not true. Unfortunately, America is a very, it's actually a very unequal country. It's very unequal. We do strive for equality, but mostly in access to opportunity, not necessarily an opportunity, or not actually an outcome. So what I mean by that is, for the most part, nothing in America will ever hold you back from accomplishing anything. But on the flip side is, if you don't accomplish anything, America don't really give a shit about you. So, you can have an incredibly high standard of living here, higher than anywhere else on Earth. You can have that here, but not everyone can. So what I'd like to tell people is that America is amazing. This is maybe it literally is probably the best place you can be if you're rich. Seriously. There is no other place that can match this if you're rich. Like, and also your experience in America, like even as an American, differs. I didn't grow up with money. I didn't come from money or having access to any of this kind of shit or any of the things that I have now. My life was very, very, very different. However, now that I have money, my life is very, very, very different. A lot of the things that most people complain about or suffer from, I don't have to deal with at all. And is that fair? I don't know, but definitely not equal. No, I won't enjoy anything that's negative 35 degrees Celsius. No thanks. Nah, I don't do cold weather at all. I'll have to be there in the summer. And you may be like, oh, it gets hot. It gets hot where I'm from too. It's hot and humid. But I like to tell people I'm naturally selected for heat. You know, my ancestors, they're from here. Remember? They were born here in Texas. I mean, they were from Africa at some point, I guess. Maybe like 10, 15, 20 generations ago. Maybe even more generations than that. But as far as we know, we're all from here, and Texas is a hot ass place. It gets hot here. So I'm naturally predisposed. I'm over here trying to talk and eat. I'm naturally predisposed to heat. $35? Yeah, it gets hotter than that here. It gets hotter than 35 here. To put it in perspective for you, it's currently winter here in Houston. Today it was 22 degrees Celsius, since you're speaking Celsius. This is in the winter. It gets well into the 40s here. I don't know if it, I mean, I think it has touched 50, but it's never for long. There's just some like bikes. I went to this thing here. This, I forget what they're called, but it was a palace. Like one of the palaces back there. And one thing that I understood by going here and seeing this, because this palace isn't really that old, which is kind of interesting. But you go here and you look at how it's built, and like this was the richest person lived here. And while it is nice, it's certainly nicer than maybe where the rest of the people lived. If I were to compare that to a palace in, say, Versailles, no comparison. So when I went here, it made me recognize how rich the West was. When I say the West, I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about because the West was the West before America. It put into perspective just how much richer these countries in Europe were than the rest of the world. And it became it's a stark difference. It's kind of scary when you think about it. It's almost like you can't compete. Oh my gosh. So in Korean tribe, it was never really rich. I mean, they're rich now, but not really. Here is some waterfall. This is the bridge. I'm sorry, this is the wall. So the whole city is wrapped in a wall, or at least the whatever is wrapped in a wall. For what it's worth, generally this is what I'll put on Instagram. That's what you're looking at. Kaz was telling me I need to move out of cold weather states. Well, those cold weather states, if global warming is to be believed, which I'm not saying I do, but if it were to be believed, then you're probably in the best place. Here's the reason why I don't know if I believe it. If you go back far enough in history to maybe the 70s, there was global, like a global, what do you call that? Ice age. They were thinking that we were going to enter a new ice age. So now that I understand how stupid people are, it's like I don't believe anything. I'll believe it when I see it. Show it to me. Then I'll believe it. Hopefully y'all can see this. Hopefully it's not too blown out. Like I said, this is HDR content. I don't think you can stream HDR content, so it's going to look a little washed out for y'all. But hopefully you can see the main details. This is some sculpture. It was really awesome because it looks like it's 3D printed. This was a beautiful sculpture. Got lily pond. It's really a lake, but you know, some lilies. These are small lilies. They're not big. It's just a lot of them. Oh, wait. You saw it? Did you see it? There we go. Right there. That's the picture. I wasn't just showing y'all videos just to show y'all. Like, I saw that picture. I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, here's the video. So this is the region where I was. So I ended up walking around this little area. But I ended up walking around this area for like 2 hours or so. Just taking pictures and just taking it in, just exploring. I'm not always taking pictures. That's the thing. So sometimes I'm just walking, just literally walking. And I purposely choose not to take out my phone and record it. However, now that I bought this little DJI Mini 3, the goal or the point of this was to make it easier for me to do that because they have a backpack holder. You can put it on your backpack strap and just have it recording. So that was my intent. Was to just, I can go around just walking and this just always records. And if I wanted to focus in on anything, I have my phone that I can point it at whatever. So I'll get, two formats. I'll get vertical video as well as horizontal video. Yeah, I travel alone for the most part. I mean, a girlfriend and wife. No, I don't have a wife or a girlfriend. Make travel more interesting, more expensive also, but it's worth it. I had a girlfriend at one point. I mean, I've had several, but not all. Well, let me rephrase. I've had 3 people who I've called my girlfriend, who I've claimed as my girlfriend. And then everyone else, I don't really call them. They're not girlfriends. So I don't know what they are, but I'm not interested in that. Like, I wasn't interested in them like that. Like claiming them, that kind of thing, and wanting to actually do anything. I was like the person who I wanted to marry. She didn't want to marry me, so I'm just like, all right, well, that's fine. And I could go and get a girlfriend, but why the hell would I? No, most females, and it's not just, let me not say that. It's not most females. Most people don't have enough money to travel the way that I travel. And if a female were coming for me, she's paying her own way. Fuck that. I'm not paying for shit. No, I've already wasted enough money on my first 2 relationships that didn't pan out. So I'm done with all the rest of them. They can pay for their own shit. They're all strong, independent. They make their own money, so they should be able to afford their own travel. The thing is, or the problem is that some of them can afford to actually travel, but it's like when it comes time to the hotel, I'm not staying in basic ass hotels. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. I don't need to apologize. I'm not sorry. I've worked hard to be able to live and work and not live and work, but live and stay in the places that I do. I've worked hard to be able to fly business class everywhere I go. I don't feel like I have to apologize for that, but like why would I go with someone who they're gonna limit me and what I can do? Like, if I want to go to some restaurant and the restaurant's expensive, I don't want to hear, oh, I don't have enough money and all this kind of shit. It's just like, I'm gonna go to the restaurant and she can come with, but if she ain't got money, she not eating. Straight up. Now I know, for you culturally, it may be a little bit different. You may be like, oh, how can you say that? No, I'm done with that. That part of my life is over. I did that. It wasn't appreciated. People feel entitled to it. So I'm just like, well, I know what average is, and I know what average people get, and that's what other people will get from me. Like the average person can afford to take their girlfriend out to like a fast food restaurant. That's the most I'm willing to pay. $10. $10. That's all she's getting from me. No, I met the right person. I met the person who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I'm prepared to die for this person. I was prepared to work and make sure that she can have a life that she wanted. I met the right person. But I found out that it's always, with all of them, it's just your turn. That's it. It's just your turn. Especially here in the West. I don't know how it is there, but a lot of girls think that they can get better or do better no matter what. And even if that's not true, no, they'll still go and break up something or destroy something in pursuit of that. I'm not going to show her face. I won't even say her name. There's another girl who I dated when I was younger. Me and her started dating when I was 18. And we ended up dating for 5 years. And during that 5-year period, I was like, yeah, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing. Like, I'm gonna marry this person. I've been with her for this long. She ends up moving with me in San Antonio. And, all of a sudden, well, it's not all of a sudden, but like she was complaining about like money and all that kind of stuff. Like at that time, I wasn't making that much. I was only making like $70K, which is a lot in 2012 for someone who's 22. But no, she knew some guy named RJ who was making $80,000 a year. And she made it a point to always put that in my face. She would be all upset talking about she wanted to travel and experience things and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I couldn't do that. So, she ended up going to give it him. He basically, pumped and dumped. She thought she was special because she was like, oh, well, he says all these things and all this shit. I'm just like, as a man, I know what that is. Cause I didn't say this, but sometimes I'll think something, I'll just keep it to myself. Like she was talking about how he was saying how beautiful and all this kind of shit. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, you're a 6 at best. Real talk. I'm like, to be perfectly honest, when I was with her, I was actually doing her a favor. Like I was actually out of her league, and I think she knew that. She said it several times, and I think that's maybe part of the reason why she so sabotaged it. Like I wasn't out of her league financially. I was, she was doing better than me. Technically, not doing, but she came from a wealthier family than me. So like, she thought that because she came from that she was somehow better. And she ended up leaving and got with that dude. Lasted for a couple months, and now she works at PetSmart. And she's been on a weight loss journey for the past 3 years, and she's only gained weight. And when I look at her, I'm like, I've dodged a bullet. Maybe you know what? I might have to send her a thank you letter. I might do it. I'm petty now. I got pettiness from my last girlfriend, and vindictiveness. I've learned some new skills. So it's like, I might be that person where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna send you something. Oh, excuse me. Let me see here. But since I'm married, I do not travel at all. Do not regret, actually. I mean, travel, you don't need to travel though. That's the thing. I used to travel alone, but lost passion because it's not so fun when there's none. Well, you're right. It isn't as fun if you don't have anyone to share it with, but that's part of who I am. Everywhere I go, and I mean this, and like, this is where I really had to, this was after a lot of reflection. When, how do I explain? I don't even know how to explain it or begin to explain it. I never really understood why people helped me or would be nice to me. Even here, even here in America, people like helping me. And I don't really, even to this day, I don't know if I truly understand why. But yeah, people are nice to me. People like helping me. People are like, I don't know how to explain it. But everywhere I go, I meet new people and make new connections. And I don't mean just like, oh, we just talk and that's it. I mean like for real, like even here in Korea. Like I met up with some Koreans and I don't know who the hell they were. I was just on the train and, you know, and somehow I talk, I get that from my grandpa, I think. I say, also I'm from the South. Here in Southern America, we do this thing saying, we call it saying hi. We say hi, how are you doing, that kind of thing to pretty much everyone. So when I'm, you know, out in these other places, I'm not going to change who the hell I am in my culture just because I'm in their place. I will be respectful, but where I'm from, the way I was raised is that when you walk past someone on the street, you look at them in the face or eye and you wave and you say hello, hi, how are you doing, all that kind of stuff. You greet them. And I do that. And guess what? Without fail, I strike up very deep, long conversations with people. Even people like, you know, there's a language barrier, obviously, but some of the people can speak a little English, and because I've been around and, you know, I'm around a lot of international folks, I'm really good at picking through accents. Like I can make out what people are trying to say in general. Also, just from, you know, working on the internet, you know, people are from everywhere and like everybody doesn't speak English. Everyone doesn't write English the right way. So I've gotten really good at getting to like what people are trying to say. So, you know, I do that here. I ended up having the one that I remember the most, because this was like a hour and a half long conversation, was I'm gonna just call him an uncle, because I think that's what they call him in Asia. Some uncle, I was at the platform and I said hello and he said hello back, and then he asked me about me, and then I asked about him, and all of a sudden we're having a conversation. He's showing me his family, saying like what they're doing, asked me like what kind of stuff that I do, like how was I like it, like, all that kind of stuff. I've even had people invite me into their homes and cook me meals. Or, you know, if I'm in a city and I'm like, hey, I'm doing all these things, they'll give me their contact info and they're like, hey, like call me if you need anything, or if you're back, like we'll link up. So I get what you're saying, where it's like it is better to travel with someone, but I disagree in the sense that I have traveled with people and the experience was not better in my opinion. I have gotten to meet more new people and experience more new things by being on my own than by being with someone. And here's the issue with being with someone else. You're limited by what they want to do. And, you know, like maybe you want to do something, but maybe they don't. Well, if it's a girl involved, and maybe if you're like most other men, you won't do that thing. And I've learned that I should never put someone else ahead of me again. I did that once before and it won't happen again. So yeah, I'll travel alone if that means that I get to, you know, actually experience the things and learn and grow. I'll rather do that than to, you know, be with someone and, you know, sure, you know, hopefully that makes sense. I'm not saying that one's better than the other, but I do want to take in mind that like there are reasons why, or there are benefits. Here, I'll show you something that if I was with someone, the likelihood of me being able to do this would be near zero. Here. It would be near zero if whoever I'm with doesn't want to do that and they want to do something else. And, you know, maybe they'll try to hold it against me or try to ruin the rest of my trip because I went off and did something without them. Because I'm going to do it anyways. That's where I am now. Like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do no matter what now. Because I've learned that everybody else is going to do what they want to do. So, you know, like, unless they're better than me, and I don't think that. I think quite the opposite. It's like, why would I? Nah, I'm going to go and do what I want to do. Let's see. I have a suspicion that the majority of Americans are expressed individuals. That is the root of the lifestyle. Yeah, America is very individualistic. It is that. We do promote that. But it's also a good thing in a sense that we have this thing where, let's say for instance, your father broke the law. He did some illegal shit. Here in America, because we are individualistic and it's the value system that we've gotten from Christianity, which is, you know, everybody is, you know, their own entity, you know. So because we have that, if your father would do something that's illegal or whatever, only your father would be penalized. However, in countries that don't necessarily have that belief or that culture, very rarely is it just the person who did the thing penalized. Generally, it's the family that's penalized, or it could be the tribe or the village that's penalized. So like, I think there are pros and cons. Like, no, we are very individualistic. However, that's not to say that we don't have a sense of community, because you got to keep in mind that America is more than just, how do you explain it? Like, it's a very diverse country. I'll just say that it's a very diverse country, and everyone who comes here, like, they bring their culture with them, and some of that culture is adopted into American culture, and some of it isn't. But a lot of it is like, we still have that. Like, there is a collective attitude in certain situations. But I also think that you should be able to get out of that mindset when you need to, right? Like, it's good to be able to think in the collective and also be able to think as an individual. You need both. Remember, it's a balance. So we do lean towards individualistic more so than anyone else. And I do see that as a problem, because I don't think that the majority of Americans are also thinking about the collective, right? But I don't know. That's a long way. That's a long way of saying that, you need both. Like, if you can't stand alone, then I don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, maybe it's just hard for me to fathom the like not being able to stand alone. And I do understand that you're weaker if you're alone. You're stronger when you're with a group. However, I also understand that it's that group mentality that leads to things like Nazism, or the Cultural Revolution, or the Great Leap Forward, or the what was the march? What was it? The Lenin one, whatever the fuck he was doing. Like, I think that's how you end up with stuff like that. It's if you have a bunch of people who are unwilling to stand alone and speak up and do things, as an individual, and they just go along to get along. I think that can be dangerous. But I also think it can be dangerous to be too individualistic. So I see where you're coming from. Yo, what's up, Minecraft Builder 87? How you doing? You say, I have a suspicion that most Americans are. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I already read that. Wait a minute. I have a suspicion that the majority of Americans are exposed individuals or expressed individuals. Or I would say that they're individualistic. That is the root of the lifestyle, etc. of the family is something opposite to individual, isn't it? We've had a breakdown of the family unit here in America. So in the past, America, the nuclear family was the atomic unit of American society. And over time, due to all kinds of factors, including feminism, not just feminism, there are other things as well, but feminism, as well as the state being involved in family planning and life, as a result of stuff like that in policies, the American family has broken down. And we're starting to see an atomization of the people in our society. You see it like when you see people on their phones, for instance. Like, one thing that's very peculiar to me is we have a loneliness epidemic, yet the people who claim to be alone are surrounded by people. Like, they're actually surrounded by people, but they feel alone. And it's just interesting to me how people will pick up this phone and they can be in a social environment with other people, and they'll pick up this phone to then start to talk to other people who aren't there. That's a little strange. Now, you may say this is just an American thing, but I've been to a lot of places. You got to keep that in mind. I've been to a lot of places, more than most people on earth, including people who aren't American, even the people who live in countries where they can easily get to all these countries. I've been to over 50 now. So it's like, I'm going to say that that's probably in the top 10% of people who've been to countries. I'm going to say that most people haven't been to over 50. Please show me data if otherwise. I would actually like to see. I would like to know this now, actually. But like this idea that I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Compromising means you can cut the wishes. However, I'm not telling what is right. No one knows that, just different views. Oh yeah, I know. You don't have to I get it. I know. I understand that inherently. No, it's all different perspectives, but I have the belief that all perspectives are valid and should be considered. Well, maybe they're not all valid. I do hold the belief that they should all be considered. Right? Like just because, my perspective is different doesn't mean that my perspective is right or the better one. Or that, perspectives may not even be able to be ranked, right? Like, maybe they're all just perspectives and, who are we to say which one is better or not? But I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. We are very individualistic, but like with anything, it comes with pros and cons. And I think that's what I was trying to get at. But I think this is also a very engineering way of looking at things where like everything has trade-offs. Oh yeah, I've been to a lot of cities too. What was your favorite country or city? This right here is like, I go here often. I'm trying to think of like, what is my favorite? Like, it's hard to say. I don't even know if I can compare countries. It's hard to say like, oh yeah, this is better. Like, I don't know. Because they're all so different. Like, what do you mean by like better at what? Better for what? Better to do what? Oh God, excuse me. This was dope. I don't have a picture of it, but I did. I actually went inside of the Great Pyramid. I don't think I have a picture of it though. Yeah, I don't think I have a picture of it. It was just on my story. A lot of things I don't actually post. I have tens of thousands of photos. Most of them I rarely post. Like sometimes I'll be bored, and what I do when I get bored is I do something. That's why I'm never really bored, because I always can do something. What I'll do is I'll just go scrolling through my photos, and like whatever catches my interest, I'll edit it. And over time, like, one day I'll be like, oh yeah, like I need to set a goal. For instance, like this year, I'm now seeing I'm only at 247. I probably should make an effort to get 300 posts by the end of this year. So yeah, I'll set a goal like that sometimes. Be like, all right, I need to make sure I get to this number by the end of the year. So I'll literally, while I'm just sitting around, whatever, I'll go scrolling through photos and just edit some and just put it up. Most of these are that, actually. Almost every picture you see here is how that happened. That's why they're so all over the place. That's why there's no like continuity of anything. It's just like I'm sitting around. It's like, oh yeah, it's a cool picture. Oh, here it is. This is inside. Oh, yeah, here's inside the pyramid, of the Great Pyramid. And you see here how it's like here, and then it's like Rwanda. Like I didn't travel it. I didn't go to these places in this order at all. It's just like random. All right, now I got to figure out, let's see if I can figure out where you from or where you at. You said it's one of the stands, so I think there are only like 13 stands. Maybe less than that. Unless it's Pakistan. Is it Pakistan? But you said a small one. It can't be that. You said steps. So you said steps. So I want to say it's Tajikistan, but you didn't. I mean, I've already mentioned Tajikistan, so I doubt it's that. What else could it be? You said Central Asia, so it's like there are only a few stands in Central Asia. I'm gonna assume you're not Afghan. Or is it Turkmenistan? Are you from Turkmenistan? One thing that I want to do is go to here. It's here. It's the there's a lake. Where is it at? Is it? Oh, it's here. It's near the Caspian Sea. I don't know if this is actually a lake. I'm calling it a lake. Maybe it's not. But I like, for some reason, I want to visit the Caspian Sea. I don't know why. I just want to go and see it. It looks blue from like Earth, like from Google Earth. It's like really like this area right here is insanely blue. I'm just like, man, I want to see that in real life. Let me show it to you. Let me see if I can find that. Earth. All right, so let's look at the Caspian Sea right quick. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Look at that. I know this isn't the Caspian Sea, but it's next to the Caspian Sea. That just keep. I know that. But like, isn't that amazing? Like it's amazing to me. See if we can look at it. Can we look at it? Oh, well, that's street view. Maybe there is no street view here. Well, anyways, I want to go here just to see. Let's look at Amador. Let's see. Amador images. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, that's the Amador Causeway. That's what that is. Okay. So is that a lake or how did they do that? Oh, there's a huge city here. Wow. Like Caldaza. Wait a minute. Where is this at? Oh, this is in Panama. This is the wrong place. This is not the right place. Let's say Caspian. Put that in there. Maybe it'll find it. No. Yeah, so I guess I'll have to go. If I want to see it, I have to just go. Let's see here. Poland was one of my favorite countries to visit. I've never been to Poland. I've only been to a few countries in Europe. I want to go to Hungary. Here's why. Because I like food. And like, I want this right here. I know Hungary is known for their paprika. Hungary, paprika. So like, look at this. So they're known for paprika. At least that's what I know them for. Maybe they're known for other shit. I know places for food. So I want to go to have goulash. Because like I love paprika, and I'm just like, man, like I've seen it being made. I know the gist of how it's made. I know the ingredients. I'm like, man, like that would be amazing. So I want to go to Hungary, for that. Also, I want to go to Georgia because when I was in Germany, I had some chicken, and it's from Georgia. It's some Georgian chicken, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And they're like, it's Georgia. They started to tell me a little bit about, where they're from and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go to Georgia. So that's why, I have certain things on my list, and there are places that other people have suggested when I'm in other places. Oh, yo, I can't pronounce that. But thank you. Thank you for the subscription. Like I said, I think that's Cyrillic. I don't know how to read Cyrillic at all. It's weird because when I see Cyrillic, what I think about is, and I know it's a psyop, but what I think about is like USSR. And like, it's almost like English, but it's different almost. I don't know how to explain it. It's interesting how unfamiliar Cyrillic is to me. Let me look at that. Let me look at some Cyrillic characters. Cyrillic characters. Just Google, just search. God damn it! Look at that. It's not searching. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe it is searching. Oh gosh, excuse me. Some of these characters I recognize. Let me look at this. Maybe I'll be able to figure out what some of these characters mean. Maybe because they are close enough to other characters that I've seen. Nah. Nah, take that back. Yeah. No. No idea. Never mind. I'll take all of that back. I don't even think I can learn. I don't even think I'm capable of learning that. Nah. I say this to someone who can like read a little Chinese. I'm like, this looks impenetrable to me. But I know it's just because I'm unfamiliar. I do understand that. But yeah, I appreciate the sub in either case. The goulash in Hungary and Poland is fire. Eastern Europe is slept on in terms of hairy foot and dumplings. I don't know what hairy foot is, or dumplings. But yeah, like I haven't really been to Eastern Europe. I want to go to Romania to visit Andrew Tate. Like real talk, I'm not even joking. Like I'm not saying that just to be facetious. I want to go to visit him. Like just to say I visit Andrew Tate, that would be kind of dope. And like what's crazy is that I could do that. So may as well, right? Oh, Hardy food. I see. What's another place that I'm trying to go to? Oh wait, I mean, fuck. I remember I was supposed to show the Balkan country that I almost ended up working for. Let's see if I can find it. I only know certain countries when I see it. It wasn't Estonia. I don't think it was Latvia. It wasn't Lithuania. Or was it South? Huh. Actually, I don't remember now. I know that Estonia has a very poppin' tech scene. I don't know if y'all know about Estonia. Like they doing some stuff in Estonia. Same in Poland as well. Poland, like lots of software folks in Warsaw and Krakow. I don't see it on the map right now. I'm not gonna look for it. I'm still looking for that one of the Baltic nations that I would have ended up, doing stuff for. It's not Finland. I know it's not Finland. It wasn't that far up north. I wonder if it was Lithuania. Nah, it can't be. Nah, I know a girl from Lithuania. She's really cool. She's nice. Yeah, Poland, like they got some stuff going on. So my issue with most of Europe is that food. That's my issue with most of Europe. I'm not feeling most of the food. Germany, like I don't like German food. All the food that I ate in Germany was from somewhere else. Yeah, for real. I want to go to Croatia mainly because Remock is there. I would love to go visit the Remock factory. That would be really amazing to do. What's up? My dog is upset because I've been on my computer and not playing with him. And it's 11 o'clock, so maybe I should go and play with him. Yeah. So I know this stream kind of devolved into whatever the hell it's become, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. I also want to finish eating my food. But if you enjoyed any of this, I would appreciate a thumbs up. That actually helps more than anything. On YouTube, at least. Feel free to subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Instagram or Twitter or Twitch, LinkedIn, anywhere. I'm Iron Will Shepherd everywhere. But yeah, I'll maybe see y'all tomorrow. Maybe we'll see. But until then, you all have a good rest of the night. Peace.